I was about to say.
What's happening, people? What is happening now? Welcome.
Hey, man, I understand.
Welcome to the 73rd episode of the Chillcast. We are live, as you can tell. We already got a lot to say. We're already cutting up. It's going to be a very fun night. So what's happening to all you guys in the chat? I'm going to acknowledge you guys in the chat first because, first of all, you guys always come through. You guys always look out for us. So we're going to just show you guys some love first. Someone said, finally, we're only 4 minutes late. We're usually 6 minutes late. We're 4 minutes late. We're better. We're getting better.
Right.
We're getting better. 4 minutes late? We're early, as far as I know. But quick shout outs to Captain Dasher, who's the first comment. Thank you so much. Student Nintendo's in the chat and in the Chillcast right here. Thank you so much. Dorkman, what's good? Born Distracted, what is good? Chris Mendez, what is good? Tether Gaming, thank you for the support. Matthew Hammond, thank you for coming through. That's a PE ninja right there. Thank you so much for coming through. MC, what is going on? Should I cancel Death Stranding Baby in my jar edition yet? Yo.
Nope.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about
who
all
does?
that.
Your player too.
You know
Say
who
what?
Else? You know who else? You know who else?
Chips.
Chips.
I wish Chips was here.
Oh,
Why?
I'm missing an ally.
No. Chips can't save you.
But he has the same affinity for it that I do.
Chips can't save you.
Chips likes it, but he doesn't know why he likes it. He just likes it because he just yells about it.
That's the point.
That's the point. Chips can't save you. But anyway, we're gonna get into.
Chips can't save you.
We're gonna get into our guests. Thank you guys so much for coming through. First of all, the homie returned for unexpectedly. We got Studio Nintendo in the house, who came out with a really dope cover this week of Luigi's Mansion 3. So make sure you can check that out. But Studio Nintendo, tell them about yourself, man. How you living, bro?
I'm living back at work, but now I'm not back at work. Well, that's a different story for another day. And then I put that cover out. That was pretty fun. And I've been playing the game because Luigi's Mansion 3 is a dope game. I'm playing that, Madden, of course, and the Outer Worlds right now. That's what I'm into. Outer Worlds is probably my game of the year, honestly. So, love that game. Got a lot of good Mass Effect vibes from it, a lot of Fallout vibes, and BioShock, which are surprisingly 3 of my favorite Western RPGs. So, you put all those in one thing, and you got a good product, I believe.
That's what's up, man. Quick shout out to Matthew Ham with the $3 donation to keep up the good work. Thank you so much for your love and support to the channel, man. It's really appreciated. Hope you're gonna enjoy the show. We're gonna kind of go off tonight. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna go off tonight.
It's gonna be a bloodbath. It's not gonna be a chill cast.
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not at all. Murr, cancel it. Anyway.
No,
Tether.
keep it, Murr.
Tether, what's going on, bro?
Be good, Dad.
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
I'm doing good, man. I'm chilling.
Good. I've been just working a lot. I've been working on this Metal Gear series. Obviously, we're about to talk about Death Stranding. I'm a huge Kojima stan, so I'm working on this whole thing. I'm covering all 4 of the Metal Gear games. No, not 5, not yet. I haven't decided on that one yet, but I've been playing that in The Witcher 3. Keeping myself occupied until Pokemon later in the month.
You know what I gotta say. Kojima during the Metal Gear series is like Undertaker during the Attitude Era, during the Invasion era. Versus now, you got.
I think he's still the same guy.
No,
Undertaker versus getting jackhammer on his back of his head.
Dude, okay.
Do you guys remember the reviews for Metal Gear Solid 2 when it first came out? I do.
It's been a while.
Metal Gear Solid, but here's the thing. I actually have a video.
It was not critically well accepted. We'll get into it later.
We're gonna get into it because I actually
there was a reason for that though.
But you know what though? There was a big reason for that because there was actually 2 Metal Gear 2 games, which some people don't talk about. But
Yeah. Well, no, it's that old bait and switch. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it really was.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna get at with that, I'm gonna actually make my return to edited content now because you see a rant video is long overdue, and
returning to Mac.
A lot of people may get their feelings hurt because I'm going to really discuss expose that you guys are letting Metacritic really ruin your gaming experience. There's many of you right now who missed out on games like Daemon X Machina, who missed out on games like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 because you didn't like the Metacritic score. So, tough nickies for you if you cancel your pre-order. If you cancel your pre-order because Metacritic gave us an 84, shame on you. Anyway, Jacob, What's been going? Wait, actually, no, not Jake yet. What you been playing this week, Tether?
I already said Witcher 3 and what was the other one? I've been playing a lot of Witcher 3. Yes. So pretty much that. I've just been playing that on the Switch. I'm addicted all over again.
Chris Mendez, that is IGN Japan, not necessarily IGN.
I made it on time. You guys are early.
Yeah,
Oh God. Here's VC.
Chris
Yo, how you guys doing today?
We're doing good. We're doing good, man. We're actually an intro, so you came just in time. But yeah, IGN actually gave it. IGN America gave it a 6.8, but IGN Japan gave it a 9.2. So,
yeah, IGN Italy gave it a 9.8.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like IGN gave a really high score in Japan, but here in America we gave it a 6.8. So Avidan's going Dolomite on people. I'm not going Dolomite, but I may go back to an older form of myself later on if we get too heated. Anyway, VC man, what's going on, bro? How you been, bro?
I'm pretty busy this week, working on a new EP. I have a review for Dragon Quest XI-S also on the way. I'm playing a lot of Dragon Quest XI-S. Like that's what I've been putting most of my game time in this past week. Literally, just strictly that, and like a little Smash Bros today. That's really it.
Yo, if Pokemon wasn't coming out so soon, I would actually buy Dragon Quest. But I'm gonna get Pokemon instead.
Yeah, it's a really good game. It's very good.
I know how you feel, so I'm gonna still get the game. I'm still gonna get Dragon Quest, but as someone who's been playing Pokemon since Red version, I say, you know what, I gotta dip into this one because this is the first Pokemon RPG, so I gotta basically judge it properly. And
makes sense.
And I'm gonna buy this game too. To be fair, I'm gonna buy Death Stranding. Like I'm just being entertaining tonight. But at the end of the day, I will be buying Death Stranding. I hear my echo. It's either. Hold up. Let me see something. I can't mute no one here. Dang. Hello. All right. Echo's gone. Wait. It came back.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Echo's gone. It's back.
It's not very loud though. Like you have to be listening for it.
Yeah.
Which one of you yellow bellies is it?
Shut up.
What chicken?
Nah, seriously, you have to understand when you mess with audio a lot, you do a lot of audio editing, the smallest sounds mess with you. Nick knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you do an audio editing,
because I can't hear the echo, so it could be me.
VC knows what I'm talking about too. It's like when you hear like a sound that's off, and while you're talking, it throws it off.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if I could give an example, it's like when you're mixing down someone's track and you hear like a delay effect over and over again over the actual track. It's like you want to pause it and get that effect out so you can keep talking. But back down to the list, VC. Glad you're good, man. Sincere,
of course,
man.
And thanks again for having me come by for the Chillcast. It really means a lot. Thank you.
Of course, man. Definitely. Anytime, man. Just hit me up. Let me know you want to come be on.
Of course, always. Thank you. And I did drop a new song today, actually, called "That's Not Me." I dropped that as well. Yeah.
Oh,
so
snap.
turned it pretty well. Yeah.
It's called "That's Not Me."
Yeah.
Yo.
Just like how you're not Jaking, you're pro Jaking. So.
Oh. We had some beef tonight.
PG-13 response in my head.
You know what? Be good, Jakey.
He said he wants to smoke.
Be good, Jakey.
He thinks he can test me because this is a family-friendly stream.
Sincere, man. What's been going on, bro?
Ain't nothing, bro. I'm chilling. I actually hit Avidan up like, yo, man, let me on here, man, so we can talk about this.
Yeah,
I want to talk about this today.
I gotta be on.
I was about to hit him up. I said I got a lot of people on here. I said, you know what? I really need to get Sincere's take on this. Cause I know Sincere did a really good video.
Well, you know what? Listen, before that, my first impression of Death Stranding got me the most dislikes I ever got in a video. Like I never got that many dislikes ever on a video. I got like 150 dislikes on that video.
That's probably one of my favorite videos ever.
Well, no, not that video.
Oh, what? Well, you had what video? You got what?
It was when they first showed the Ink Dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
when they first showed the Ink Dog, you know, it looked crazy to me. So I gave my opinion on it. It got me 150 dislikes.
You know what?
Did
Did you see my tweet today, Sincere?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, 20, 25 years ago, your opinion, you say something's trash is your opinion. Today, you're a hater for calling anything trash.
You're a complete hater.
So Avidan, that means my opinion is my opinion, right?
Yeah, of
It's not
course.
hating.
It's
Pokemon
not
Sword and
hating.
Shield is trash. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely your opinion. You're not hating. Well, okay. What I will say this though, it does become hating when you say you're not going to ever dive into it and have an objective opinion.
I think it becomes hating when you go out of your way to voice your opinion.
There you go.
Like,
There you go.
You
Need a
know,
little
we get
extra.
it. Yeah, we get it. You don't like it.
You don't like
fine.
it. It's like, because honestly, because at that point though, because VC, what I will say from a marketing standpoint, you're actually helping Sword and Shield do better in sales by consistently talking about it and voicing your opinion. Because you're getting,
Oh yeah, of course. It's word of mouth.
yeah, you're getting people who's like, what is this game he's always upset about? Then it works against your favor. They look at it, yo, this looks kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yo, homeboy
Dorkman.
tripping.
I don't know if he's in the chat, but Dorkman, he actually watched one of my streams. And I was playing Pokemon. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy Sword and Shield because of how good you're playing Pokemon." It's like, this is black and white, but all right, sure. You want to buy Sword and Shield instead of the great game Pokemon Black and White? Then you could do that.
And you see, but that's how it works. So, but Dorkman's in the chat here. We're not gonna spend too much time.
What's up, Dorkman? Hope you're doing good.
I want us to actually get into this. We have a lot of people on here. So, Sincere, what you been playing this week, man?
I've been finishing up Astral Chain. I picked up Luigi's Mansion, but I didn't get a chance to play it yet.
Play it.
Really, just Astral Chain. That's the only game I've been playing. I played Modern Warfare a little bit, but not much.
Play Luigi's Mansion.
I've been playing Astral Chain myself, actually.
It's really good.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna play it probably this weekend.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'll just say that.
All right, cool. Moving on, we got your player 2 who's dead set in the middle. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. It's a great day. It's Friday.
It is. This is a good day. As far as what I've been playing, like Tether, a lot of Witcher 3. I think I'm like 70 hours into that game, and I'm still only like level 13 because I just become like really addicted to just like unlocking everything on the map as much as I can in one area.
Same here.
And then I did like a 6.5 hour stream yesterday. Took the day off work so I could do like a 6.5 hour stream of Luigi's Mansion 3, which really tremendous game. Really enjoying it a lot. So I had like one minor gripe with like one of the later levels, but it was a really small thing. Been playing a lot of Forager, which I think is again is like a physical, an exclusive to GameStop, I believe, but it came out on the Switch and the PS4, I think. But that's really been about. I also played a little bit of Modern Warfare last weekend with my buddy who had kind of like a Lampard type. Thinks he's super into the Call of Duty series. But yeah, other than that, just trying to sort through all this Death Stranding madness. I'm excited. That's the topic tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
We got to say welcome to the newest member. Well, I think not a game click. I thought you was a member already. Maybe did you?
I think he's a Patreon. He was a Patreon.
No, that was YouTube member. That was a YouTube member because I had that gift for YouTube. Anyway,
No, I'm saying he used to be I think he is a Patreon. Never mind. He goes. He had to renew it. Gotcha.
Yeah, he had to renew
Oh,
it. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I remembered he was before. But yo, welcome back. Thank you for redoing your subscription. We're gonna have more. We're gonna have more emotes coming. More emojis coming soon. So thank you guys for your support. And I'm gonna have more edited content for you guys and better live streams. I'm actually gonna well, I'll wait till after Jakin goes and I'll say what we're gonna do with the channel. Then we're gonna go into the actual discussion. So Jakin, welcome back, dude. How you been, bruh?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for having me. I don't remember if I was on last week. It was last week or the week before.
You was on recently. Let's just say that much.
Yes.
In fact, you and VC were all together, and then you kind of shut down VC when we had to end the Chillcast.
He came out at the end of 2 weeks ago because I was on the one last week. I wasn't on last week. I don't remember, but 2 weeks ago he came in toward the end. I remember.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks
I
ago.
was on.
He was surprisingly calm.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
I'm chill, dude. I'm a fun guy.
Fun? Are you as fun as Death Stranding?
I'm a fun guy.
Oh,
I'm a fun guy. I like to have fun.
I don't even know who asked that question. I can't even see you right now.
time out. We got 30. We gotta get started. So we got 30 people watching already, yo.
Hey,
Good looks.
Yo,
smash the like button.
Shout out to y'all.
I've only been
Exactly.
playing Smash Brothers and Dragon Quest. Okay.
all right. Cool.
I mean,
That's
those are
exactly
good
what I
choices.
was
What about
Great
Luigi's
games.
Mansion, dog?
we've been Jake and I played a few games of Smash earlier this week. which was a lot of fun. And I played against Trooper too, and Adrian won too. It was a lot of fun playing with you guys. But real fast, quick channel update. Had a revelation this week that I said, you know what, I want to get back into making edited content. So I got 2 reactions I'm going to do this weekend. One for the new Dragon Ball Kakarot trailer, and then I'm also going to react to the Overwatch 2 trailer. And if you're somebody who doesn't like the fact that I'm reacting to Overwatch content, go somewhere else. I'm going to actually also...
Time out. Weren't you the one that was like boycott Overwatch? Wasn't that you? Wasn't that you?
Did we say?
Wasn't that you though?
Did we say? And did we say in the same conversation that boycotting Overwatch actually hurts the actual company? Because the other company, third-party company, is the ones who gets hurt the most. We established that conversation too.
No, I thought they got paid up
It's
front.
like you're moving the goalpost.
Huh?
I thought they got paid
the goalpost.
Oh, they got paid up front.
I overheard from like other people like online that they got paid up front to create the game. Actually,
never mind. That's off the list then. Look
goalpost moving over here.
No. Anyway, no, VC. Thanks
hey,
for that.
do you, homie?
no problem.
Seriously, because really. I was gonna make it a entertaining video coming at Blizzard, but at the same time, that really helps them and not the third party company at the same time. So I care more about.
I initially thought the same way you did. I thought that they didn't get paid for it, and now they're not going to be struggling because of all the backlash. But they actually were paid beforehand. So.
Exactly, they was paid beforehand, and then bye Blizzard. Like nah,
exactly.
For real, Blizzard has a lot of like racial things that they're not really addressing with their Like there's so many videos that come out with players abusing, other players verbally, and I don't.
It's horrible.
I don't stand for that.
Overwatch is so toxic, man.
So,
it's
but
bad.
anyway,
it's definitely more toxic than the Pokemon community. That's a fact.
But anyway, it's in terms of what we're gonna do for the channel. We are gonna make more videos. I am gonna talk more. I am gonna make more opinion-based videos like I used to. Tether Game, if this one will interest you, I'm actually gonna go back to doing game reviews.
Nice.
There you go.
And we're going to actually do up live streams better. You see how bare bones this live stream is? We're going to actually do this up. I'm actually going to have some things designed to make this more visually appealing to you guys. So thank you guys for just supporting, as like you always do.
That work, boy.
What? Yeah, not a burp. Not a burp.
I said keep putting in that work, boy. Keep putting it in.
Thank you, sir.
It's a compliment.
Thank you, sir.
But you said it weird though. You said it like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, like God of War style. Boy.
Jake's going Kentucky style. I know what he's talking about. Stop, Jake. Quit. Next topic.
That was a dodgeball reference.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's talk about the topic of the evening. The topic everyone's talking about: Death Stranding's reception. Now, myself, VC, and the rest of the PE podcast, along with the 900 plus people that are watching us, we stayed up to about 3 o'clock in the morning to see those review scores.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. It was worth seeing everyone's reaction.
It was worth it.
It was so worth seeing everyone's reaction. It was worth Shadow Fox providing a lot of entertainment while being.
It was worth Shadow Fox alone, man.
Like,
Yo, he was feeling himself. Let's say that.
I was in bed, waking my girlfriend up, just laughing. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
The next thing I will say is seeing everyone's reaction to the scores that were given, like seeing people's reaction that IGN giving this game a 6.8. And the funniest part is seeing people give this game a 10 out of 10, but saying the gameplay is boring.
That's the craziest thing I ever saw. I couldn't believe it.
It's nuts.
I don't know if I really like this game or not, but it's a masterpiece. I'm like, what the?
It's like conceptual. Like you don't really understand it, but that's the point.
Like this is you know what this is like. You know what this is like. This is like people who try to explain a really bad M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Right.
Like The Village. You're like, all right, they're in a village, right? But they can't go outside the village. But someone comes from outside the village.
That sounds like Little Town Hero.
He's talking about
Like
and Little Town Hero. Like,
this is like seeing people defend this game is like watching people defend, Apple iPhones being so behind the gate with certain updates. This is like it. Yeah, I went there, Nick.
I mean, I don't know why you had to go that route.
Well, I guess that's perfect for me because I defend Apple all the time.
So, you
See?
know.
Yeah, I still have Apple iPhones, so.
But it's
Yeah.
like, but you see, you guys see where I'm going from. It's like,
baby.
it's like there's so many people that were defending this game and saying this game deserves. Alex is funny. There's so many people that want to defend this game and say that this is a masterpiece, but you're okay with it lacking things that make it a video game. I'm not playing a movie. It's like, so when you say it lacks, the gameplay is boring, but it's visual aesthetic is beautiful. Cool. You know what else is beautiful, man? Yo, I got so many mobile games that are beautiful, man. You know what else is beautiful? Movies. Movies are beautiful on a crystal big screen TV. Those things are beautiful. If I wanted just something visually to look at, man, I'll go on YouTube and watch a video. If I want to play a game, gameplay has to be there. And I'm tired of people being too scared to say something is trash or something is lacking and giving something a bad score because someone with a big name is behind it. No, you're not doing Kojima any favors because you didn't like what happened with Konami, which, by the way, no one has any personal investments, like cash investments between Konami and Kojima in that regard. So that's why I was looking at this as like, I gave the wrestling reference. It was like looking at Kojima in his prime when he had to work under a different contract for somebody else, where he had to be more constrained and work with an actual vision. He worked better. That's the facts.
But so you talking? So Hulk Hogan in WCW?
Huh?
Yeah, that's what he's mentioning, right?
Hulk Hogan in WCW when he went with Vince McMahon and he was out there flopping.
He was a heel.
Well, not before he was a heel though.
Yeah,
like
before he jumped ship.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Yeah, but when he went to WCW, when Hogan went to WCW, it actually had structure. NWO happened.
Well, that's once Eric Bischoff got there. So
Exactly. So, and Eric Bischoff arguably like gave so much structure. Like WCW we're not going to turn this a wrestling podcast, but WCW really was a huge competition to WWF.
Yeah, Monday Night Wars.
It was killing WWF whenever Bischoff took over.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's the key. Like you need Kojima needs to understand. Kojima needs to understand for himself. Like, yo, you need structure. You're right now. This is your first game. This is your first baby. So we'll give you that. I'll give you that first baby pass. But at the same time, I ain't gonna give you no score that's passable. Like that's why I said I want to play the game for myself to really analyze it and analyze the gameplay. And I can say right now, it's a visually beautiful game. But in terms of actual gameplay, the game doesn't look like it's fun.
But that's the funny thing about it though, because to me, Kojima's story is always off the wall. They always got babble in them and all that kind of stuff. Like as much sense as he's trying to make, he doesn't make that much sense. You know, you could tell there's a lot going on in his mind.
Metal Gear 3 was decent. I'll give him that.
No, Metal Gear 3 was dope. In fact, I think all of them was dope.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about his storytelling, his style of storytelling.
Yeah.
But he always had gameplay. His gameplay was always major from Metal Gear 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Even the Nintendo ones, even the old
Peace Walker.
Yeah.
To me, it was always good. That's what he did good. He had good gameplay. But I don't know. I don't know what happened. They gave the man too much elbow room.
I think with this game, like as he was in the process with his team creating the game, they started like creating it more so as a movie. That's why there's the one setting where it's pretty much movie mode. You don't really do anything. It just goes through the whole thing. So maybe as they were going through the whole entire development, they realized there's a little too much footage, too much cutscenes. It's mostly a movie, as many people have seen. But of course, there is gameplay to it. There is. You have to play it on the harder difficulties for that, of course. It's just one of those things where the story is what's going to outweigh the gameplay when it comes to this game. It's
That's
mainly
not
what
good.
it's about. Of course.
That's
I
never
understand
good.
that.
Is there combat? Sorry, forgive me. Is there
Don't worry.
combat in this game?
There's,
If that's what you want to call it.
there's moments of combat throughout the game, but it's not always there. Most of the time, you're literally walking around bringing these giant cases on your backpack to different locations.
I mean, that's no different
It's
than
literally
like an open world
it's literally
RPG,
FedEx. Like I was gonna get a job at the U.S. Post Office, and I'm glad I don't. That's literally what this game is.
I mean, you know, that's no different than, you know.
Hey, Hey,
playing
Mr.
like say Fallout,
Postman.
but you know, I get it. Like that's my thing. I just didn't know if there was like any real combat in this game or not. You know.
Yeah, you hit people with the baby.
Yeah, and
Lord.
actually, that's one of the things I heard. I heard some people in their reviews they muted their controller so it stopped making the baby crying noise.
Oh my god.
Yo, that'd be scary, dog. You hear that baby crying?
Yo, but supposedly it does it a lot. So
Quick
Depending
shout-
on how you play.
Big
yeah,
shout out-
exactly. It's all about being patient, like walking
Right.
through the whole entire world. You can't be rushing and then tumbling down, or else you're of course gonna land on the baby.
Big shout out to the Game Looters for the $5 super chat saying can't stay long, but I gotta stop and support the Chill fam. Yo, Luke fam, thank you guys so much for coming through. Appreciate you guys as always, man.
Looters.
Anyone else? I gave my 2 cents on the reception of this game.
I don't have much of an opinion other than like I'm not going to get the game. I'm gonna let you guys play and you guys tell me how it is. That's how I'm gonna deal with that. Just because there's a lot of games coming out in November that I want to buy. Pokemon, Star Wars, not to mention I just got
Star
Luigi's
Wars.
Mansion.
Star Wars is coming out. Oh
Yeah, still got Luigi's Mansion. So I'm gonna be busy doing that. So you guys that buy the game, tell me how it is. Let me know if it's a simulator or not. I'm not gonna waste my $60 on this game, not knowing what it is, and the mixed reviews is just kind of throwing me off a little bit. So I'm gonna have to go word of mouth on this one.
Yeah, see, for me, I got games that I gotta play. I got games that I gotta finish playing. I gotta finish The Messenger. I gotta beat Cuphead. Then I gotta.
Oh, you gotta beat Cuphead.
Then I gotta beat Blaster Master Zero. And then in between those games, I gotta beat Pokemon. In between that, there's possibly I'll get Star Wars. In between that, I need to go back to beating Fire Emblem and Astral Chain. So
You definitely just start with those two first.
Yeah,
Them games came out in July and August.
And then I need to finish go back and beat Torna for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So there's a
still haven't beat Torna. Oh my god.
I have a lot. And then I need to get Dragon Quest 11. So when am I gonna actually buy this game? Oh, it won't be no time. Because by the time I do all of that, Final Fantasy 7 remake might be out.
Nah, I think by
Right.
the time you buy the game, it's gonna be $30 anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
Look, if I'm gonna laugh if this game ends up being just 5 hours, like it better not be no short game.
Dave said it's like
a 40 hours, 34-hour game.
Yeah.
If it's 40 hours,
I've
just
seen
walking
anything
around,
ranging from 30 to 100 hours.
Right.
and if you're just walking around, like yo,
I mean, you're not just walking around. There's vehicles or
Yeah, I'll let Tether go first, then I'll say my
yeah,
piece.
please explain.
I
to
mean,
me.
there's the game was meant to be polarizing from day one. Like it was meant to be polarizing. It's not going to be for everybody. Just like games like Sekiro aren't for everybody. When that game came out and everyone said all games needed easy mode, everyone and people on this panel were saying not every game is made for every person.
Yeah,
I was one of them.
It's
So
very-
with-
I'm with that. But
So
I'm
with
with
that
you.
in mind, we're going to roll it back and we're going to say that there's nothing inherently wrong with a game that values a narrative over or equally with the gameplay. They said they built everything, the world, the gameplay. They're all supposed to leverage each other to give an experience.
But you see, that's the problem though, because it's like the game.
I ain't got no problem with that.
I mean, I don't know if I have a problem with that because, like, let's just say when Telltale games were, the first Walking Dead from Telltale is one of my favorite experiences with gaming, and it's not even a game; it's a point-and-click adventure. But the story of Lee and Clementine is something that still to this day sits with me as one of my favorite moments in gaming.
But now let me ask you a question. I'm fine with that. You know, that's a very valid perspective and opinion. But let me ask you a question then. Do you think that type of game is worth Game of the Year or worth being nominated for Game of the Year? Because one of my only concerns is, which if this happens, if it's even nominated for Game of the Year, let alone wins Game of the Year, it's like Jeff Keighley is like, yo, dude, no. You made sure because you win the game, dude.
Yeah, numerically, it can't even beat the Game of the Year. There's so many games above score that came out.
I think that if it's a video game, then it can be nominated for Game of the Year.
I mean, yeah,
it's a game.
AI
And,
Insomnium Files was an actual point and click and scored an 87 or 88. So if anything should be Game of the Year and point and click, that should be the game.
But I feel
and some places probably will give that Game of the Year. Some people may think that is their Game of the Year. Fire Emblem Three Houses is my Game of the Year, hands down.
Of course.
Nothing's going to change
It
that.
was pretty good.
You know, regardless of how
Actual
great,
change mine. So I get
you
that.
know,
Me too, Avidan. I agree.
you
That's
know,
fine.
like people, I guess when Hollow Knight came out, that's their favorite game. That's
You know
their game
what?
of the year.
You
I
know
don't
what?
think
Yeah.
that
I've
the
heard a lot of
I don't
people say
think that the size,
You
the
know what?
quality, the budget, anything should determine whether or not a game can be game of the year. Celeste
But
was
you know
nominated.
it does.
I was gonna
though,
say
man.
Celeste
But
was
you
up
know
there
it-
last year.
Let me-
But Celeste was nominated last year, and if Celeste
true.
would have won, it would have thrown everything out of
You know
balance.
I wish it would have
Because this
won.
is-
So
You know
does that
what?
mean Goose Game's getting nominated?
You know what?
Is it really happening?
And guess what?
Yo, Tether.
Whose game was on the top of Nintendo's eShop charts?
So
For
Tether,
a
month and a
Tether,
half.
let me. Tether, that's a great point, Tether. So what I'll say, because last year for 2018, my game of the year was actually Monster Boy. That was my game of the year.
That's a fantastic game.
I put that over Smash Brothers, and to this day, I have too many complaints about Smash Brothers for me to even nominate that. Even in 2019,
Which game?
Smash Brothers.
No, but which game was your game of the year?
Monster Boy.
The new one.
Oh yeah, you love that game. You did love that game.
That
It's
game,
fantastic.
That game is a fantastic. It's a solid game. I can't find anything wrong with it. From the soundtrack to the gameplay to the story, the narrative, all of it was perfect for me. It was one of those top. It was one of those top games. So that's why I guess when I'm looking at Death Stranding, I'm looking at this from a full package point of view. You know, and I'm trying to be objective and trying to remove my subjective. I'm trying to remove my subjective preference of what I believe should be indicative for a actual video game. And you brought up a great point with the Telltale series, a point and click game. So I wasn't considering that. So thank you for bringing that up. It's just I guess the only thing that bothers me more so is the reception of how people are saying they have major problems with this, but you're still giving the game a 10 out of 10.
Well, I think
Yeah.
So I think that people are just having a hard time describing what they like about the game because there's nothing to compare it to. It's like when we talk about a game, we compare it to what we know. Like last week, I was listening, you were all talking about the Outer Worlds. Fallout came up at least 10 times when you were talking about it. There's nothing to make that comparison with Death Stranding, so they're just pointing out like, yes, this can be tedious, but Destiny 2 can be tedious. People love Destiny 2.
Well,
Most
games is a loop that you
exactly. It's a
But
gameplay
the
loop
question-
that you go through.
The question is the loop enjoyable? Do you know? But that's subjective from person to person.
Yeah, it's going to be
Is the loop
subjective
enjoyable?
because
Let me
I enjoy systems that let me like min max. I know that's not for everybody, but I have notebooks full of stats that I talk about with different loadouts, and when I say I've been playing The Witcher 3, I've been playing The Witcher 3. Okay, like I've been really going through collecting armor, all this stuff. And some people don't do that. My best friend played the game, played the story, put it down, never touched it again.
Right.
So it's subjective.
Yeah, and I think that's like the big thing that's really been crazy about these. I mean, yes, it was going to be a divisive game no matter what, right? Whenever this dropped, because to Tether's point, there really is no comparison. Like, it's easy to look at the Outer Worlds and say, yes, this is objectively better than Fallout 76, for example. And I think that's the thing. Like, reviews are some weird combination of subjectivity and objectivity, right? Objectively, we can compare a game like the Outer Worlds to Fallout 76 and say, yes, it is a less glitchy game. Ergo, it is a little bit better on that merit alone, right? But there really is no basis for comparison with Death Stranding. There's never been a game quite like it. So really, the only thing that people can do is kind of talk about what they've experienced so far and whether it's going to be for them. So if somebody's like, oh, it's just a walking simulator, some people are going to hate that. But other people are completely fine with walking simulators. The same way, if you looked at certain RPG experiences, right? Some people will describe an RPG as being very grindy. For some people, that's not enjoyable at all. They have no interest in grinding to gain levels. And then some people absolutely adore that process. So what you have, and I think the biggest reason for these massive disparities in their review scores is it comes down to the personal taste of each individual reviewer, right? Universally, most people that I've seen, because I've watched, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 reviews on it so far, most people tend to agree, like, yes, it's a big game, yes, it's an ambitious game, and yes, it's a quality game, but that's where it starts to break down, is that first 20 hours or so where you're on foot, you don't have access to any vehicles, and, it looks incredibly tedious. What could be more boring than walking around when the left and right triggers are tied to holding onto your backpack straps? That sounds horrible. If you just told me that, I would be like, that doesn't sound great, but then when you start to look at the sum of all these parts together, when what you're really looking at, based on what I've seen, is a game that is about mindfulness. That is not something that clicks with the modern gamer. What's the first question that Nick asked? He was like, is there even combat in the game? Because most of us are conditioned to look for that in our Game of the Year candidates. We're so used to first-person shooters and action RPGs and hack and slash and indie games that have, great pixelated graphics and that Metroidvania aspect. But, there is no equivalent to Death Stranding. So it's almost completely new territory. And I swear, if I didn't know any better, I would swear that Hideo Kojima is playing some bizarre metagame with the entire gaming industry right now.
Yes.
Because the whole game is centered around building bridges and connecting humanity. And then he releases a game that is inherently divisive because no one's ever seen it before. And everybody's losing their minds. Some people are like, yeah, Kojima's a genius. Some people are like, this game is trash. What does Kojima do? He needed to be reined in by a company like Konami. So I think it's going to be, again, and I tweeted about this earlier, I'm reserving judgment until I actually play it, right? But right now, my gut tells me it probably is an incredible experience, but you have to have the mindset for that experience. If you're somebody who only plays first-person shooters, you're not going to have a great time with this game. If that's the baseline by which you judge your Game of the Year candidates, if that's the baseline by which you judge, is the game going to be right for me? It's probably super not going to be right for you unless you like the idea of taking a really nicely rendered Norman Reedus and drinking a bunch of Monster Energy drinks and just peeing in a nearby river. It's a very unique game experience in that regard.
See, my only thing towards that is it's not just even first person shooters. It's like even just if you put it in the same genre, because people compare this game to like Red Dead Redemption and Breath of the Wild. Like
Well, let me ask a question. What was everyone's favorite part about Breath of the Wild?
Breath of the Wild,
Discovery.
Combat.
Okay.
The combat.
All of it.
The combat.
Combat's terrible. Sorry, bro.
It is not even that good.
The combat of that game is.
I liked when all my weapons broke. I liked all of it.
Did you really?
You can break the combat in that game after about 2 hours.
Hey,
and that's
may
the
be
thing
more
about
combat
Hideo
than
Kojima game is most Hideo Kojima games, and I'm saying this because I recently just played through the 4 Metal Gear Solids, and as you play the game, you understand the mechanics, you understand enemy patterns, and you just find these ways to break the game, and it takes your enjoyment of it to an entirely different level that some casual person that comes in, sits down, plays Metal Gear Solid is never going to experience.
But you see, you can say the same thing about Zelda Breath of the Wild, because Zelda Breath of the Wild, the beautiful thing about Zelda Breath of the Wild was no one was going to have the same experience playing that game. I think that's what made that game so, not just polarizing, but so dynamic in the gaming industry, and why many companies said they were going to take notes from this game was because no matter who you was not going to have the same play experiences as the person that you was watching.
Right,
playing.
but that was a game that was an exercise in tedium.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a game. It's frustrating.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because there's tedious aspects of the game. Same thing with you've been playing the Witcher 3. That's another tedious game, right?
So that's some tedious elements,
right?
Sure.
It has some tedious elements to where
I'm in my menu
looking at Death Stranding, right? And I'm looking at Death Stranding, and I'm plucking things from these reviews. And one of the things that I took that it felt like was a common thread was mission structure. So it wasn't combat, because everybody has something different to say about combat. It wasn't the story. Everybody has something different to say about the story. But everyone said I felt like I was doing similar missions over and over and over again, and that's what got me. That's the part that was like, that's interesting, because I seen someone say it feels like a long side mission, like I'm doing side missions in other games, right? But then take a game I was just playing, Astral Chain. They have so many different, ways to play the game. One, you're playing with 2 characters at once, so that automatically is like. Then you got the bike sections, you got the boss fights, you got these different elements to the game, and it doesn't feel like the ebb and flow of the game is dying down. To where these people said that there's a 10-hour stretch. Was it 10, 20, something like 10-hour stretch? 20 at the beginning of the game. That's like, I don't know if I want to play this anymore. And I've seen multiple people say that. And then they say it gets to a point where I get the equipment, I level my character up, and then the game feels good, like where it, traversing this area feels more
fulfilling,
satisfying. Right. So that makes me like, okay, I want to check it out, because to be honest with you, and I know some of y'all love this game, I felt the same way about Breath of the Wild. I am running across this barren land with no NPCs, with nothing here, for hours until I find like something that's like, okay, that's it, or that aha moment in the game. So I'm not going to count Death Stranding out until I play it. But if it has the aha moment, it's okay, because I felt the same way about other games. Because not to trash Breath of the Wild, I like that game. The combat I wasn't like, woo, this is a blast moving this sword around with Link. I've never said that, not one time. Not even once I got better weapons. The combat wasn't Arkham. You know, beating people down with Batman is wonderful.
That's fun.
You know what I mean?
It's fluid, to say the least.
But it's elements of this game, like the sum of all the parts, that made it like, wow, this game is, because you'll discover something new. The puzzles, all these things put together. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to a divine beast, it's like, okay, got it. I understand it. Maybe Death Stranding has that. I don't know. None of us has played this game yet. So maybe next week, once we, or the week after, when everyone who's playing it can talk about it. I'm gonna play it day one. So when my curiosity is piqued, I need to go play. I'm not waiting and all that other stuff. So my opinion to be out there.
Hold up, we're gonna actually Jordan French wants to hop on to the Chillcast, so we're gonna have a new challenger approaching, kind of.
Oh, nice.
All right. Well, while he's jumping in,
actually before because I would actually want to add something into what everyone is saying, but let me get Jordan in real fast.
To what BG was saying, I was the same way. I didn't like. It took me a very long time to kind of get this notion out of my head of what a Zelda game was supposed to be, because I love the series so much. I played all the games so many times. I just didn't click with Breath of the Wild. I ended up putting it down for months until a friend got me back into it by showing me some of the cool things you could do once you just stop going from point A to point B thinking it's a linear Zelda game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
You gotta search for things. You gotta just kind of walk around and something will happen. Like it's consistent.
I want to.
I don't want to stand Kojima too hard, but it's like, I have never played a bad Hideo Kojima game.
Me either. That's why I gotta give
regardless of how janky Metal Gear controls feel sometimes, it's I don't know. I'm hyped. I don't care what nobody says.
Slowly talking. I want to stay away. You're slowly talking me into it, but I'm gonna stay away.
I want to add a little something. So over a Game Planet, they gave this game a 10 out of 10. I want you guys to peep at this. And this is why I have a problem with the review score. Mind you, this is a 10 out of 10. It has ups and downs. Here are the ups. Superb acting performances, amazing sense of peace in the world, satisfying and deep story with plenty of answers, beautiful score and soundtrack, excellent graphics and performance, slow burn gameplay complements story perfectly, lots of amazing cutscenes, generally feels like you've been on a hard journey, evoke emotions I did not expect. So those are the ups, right? It's not like a really good game. Here are the downs. Mm-hmm. Not quote-unquote fun in the typical way, will be too slow for many, too many cutscenes for some clipping, Sam often moves a bit strangely or tricky terrain, looks a bit silly when Sam has a massive pile of packages on his back, most bridge bases...
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Most bridge bases look exactly the same, no photo mode yet. So why is this a 10 out of 10?
It's 10 out of 10 because that's how they get clicks.
Right. My thing is, like, I just want to know, like, these cutscenes, too many cutscenes, how long are these cutscenes going to be?
Well, what I know is one of them at the end of the game is 2 hours long.
Ooh. Nice.
So
it's like Metal Gear Solid 4.
That was my problem with Metal Gear Solid 4. That's my problem with a lot of games. So I
just replayed all of Metal Gear
in the game. You know, Del Toro, he's in the game. So like, he has all these movie people in the game. Kojima is like a movie star now. So like,
but what's wrong with a game trying to be more like a film? Really? What's wrong with it? Because if games weren't supposed to tell great stories, we would still be playing Galaxy.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, it may not be for me. I didn't even like Kingdom Hearts. Let's be real. I was playing Kingdom Hearts, and like the first cutscene, I was like, "Yo,
boring."
Yeah.
What's good, Jordan?
That's another good great point there. If these cutscenes are interesting, I'll be into it. But man, I hope they're not that way. I want to play this game. I may end up getting it. My wife says, "Hey, we're getting this game."
What up? All right,
What up?
so Jordan, everyone, welcome Jordan Friends. Jordan Friends, you want to come
What's up,
up to
Jordan?
me? I know Jordan has a lot to say about this too. So we
What
was
up,
on the chill. We was on the PE podcast last night. First of all, first time on the Chillcast. Welcome, like, thank you for coming
What up?
on. And this is gonna be fun because we had like a pre-discussion last night, but now after like the kind of like the final score is out,
Yeah, the dust is settled.
yeah. So 84. I was expecting this score, honestly. Anywhere from 82. I gave this game, for those of you guys who didn't see the PE podcast last night, I gave this game at most a 88. It'll get. So I
thought it was going to be in the
Yeah.
70s.
I didn't have low expectations for this game. I said it would do it at most a 88.
That's why I
I
thought
had it
as
at
well.
82.
So, but
Yeah,
Jordan,
last
what-
night it also said 88. It's
82.
That's what it looked like. All the hype is so hype, so it's like 88. It seems like that's likely, but it started out as an 81 before it's now an 84. So
yeah. But Jordan, you have anything you want to add to this, man?
Yeah. Let's talk about Death Stranding a little bit here. Not that you guys haven't been talking about it for a quick minute. Yeah, Death Stranding. One is
Yeah,
the most interesting
You
thing.
was going Optimus Prime for a second.
Oh, was it? How do I sound now?
You're good.
It's good now.
Okay. The reviews were weird, to say the least. If you actually started reading a lot of the reviews, a lot of them are like, "This game is tedious and it's not fun, but I loved it. 9 out of 10." And I'm like, okay, that's makes a whole lot of sense. If like I get it, right? This game, from what I'm seeing, is more of it's art. It's something to interpret and to take away from rather than a game. That's like it as a game by itself. It doesn't look like there's a fun aspect to playing the walking parts, or maybe the boss fights, because they said it's breathtaking, some of the battles and stuff like that. But as far as walking and traversing, it's more of an annoyance than I'm having fun. But the overall story is thing, and it's sci-fi, and I love sci-fi. Right? Am I robot again? Everyone gave me a look.
Yeah, like you just paused for a quick second.
You're like,
I was waiting for it. I was like this.
so, give it. In 1 minute, I won't be, because I'm actually uploading something to Google Drive, so that's probably why.
Just throw in some dramatic pauses, really keep us on our toes.
And then just to wait for 5 minutes.
Go on, yes.
So, as someone who loves film and sci-fi, the thing that intrigues me right now is the story of this game. And obviously, to get through the story, you have to do the totally not fun and tedious game part of it, which I'm curious to see how tedious and unfun it is from what we've seen. No one likes to do storage management. No one likes to fall every 2 seconds on rocks or whatever. It's probably not going to be fun.
no
But-
one's a rock a baby either.
Do you stumble
I'm gonna go
like
tumbling-
on terrain?
Dude,
Do
I'm
you
gonna go
like
tumbling down mountains.
stub your toe and fall?
Yeah.
Apparently,
like
you
literally,
can,
you can do anything. Like apparently, with the walking, someone described the controls as like you have to hold like the right and the left, like triggers,
balance.
and then balance with the semi.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not playing skate here. All right, like it's interesting how they're going about it. And it's so hard because I don't want to do any of that. That sounds like the worst thing in the world to do. All of them. But I'm so curious about the story because the trailers and the cinematics is what draws me in. And at this point, it's like, Kojima, just make a movie. Just make a movie. At this
Right.
point. Not make
I
a video
agree.
game. I'm still gonna get it right. To see what's what. I'll probably end up talking about it. It gives me an excuse to blabber on further about the sci-fi elements of it. But yeah, as a game, I don't really think it's a game. It's more it's a simulator of walking across America while having giant backpacks and that fall off a lot. Which that's the most annoying thing. If you've seen the gameplay where they can just fall off easily, you have to go and pick everything back up.
Yo, that looks so tedious. Like, I saw one clip of like a mini boss fight, but like all of his packages were all over the place after the fight, and it's like, wow, you have to go around and pick up all that.
And like, what if you have like good stuff, and I watch like you get in the water, and then like a piece falls off and floats away down the river? I'm like, well, you're never getting that back. Like that's just gone.
Yo, it's literally like being in middle school. Yo,
But it's funny because y'all are making me want to play this game now.
No, the thing is, I'm still so curious to play it. Like it's the game. I believe who was saying this before I joined. I was listening. I think it was you, player two. I think you were saying that was it. Were you saying the one that was like it's a game that is about connecting America but divides people?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the main objective of the game is you're trying to rebuild, connect these people who are now all disconnected, on account of this apocalyptic event or whatever that happened in the lore.
Yeah, I think that was probably a really good analogy for the artistical aspect of maybe what Kojima was going for. A game that is about rebuilding the toxicity we caused on ourselves in the world, and at the same time, as it's to build it back, everyone now is literally doing what he's talking about. I think that is the most fascinating aspect about it. Not even the game. It's just the representation about it. And this is the weirdest thing. Can we really consider this a game just because you can walk around and once in a while fight a boss? It's more of like an experience than a game. You play it to get something from it. You're not it's like when you play the Telltale games, right? You're not really, for the most part, like the later games did, but like early Walking Dead, you're not really playing a game. You may walk around for a side to side, then you click a couple buttons to get the story. You're there to take something away from it rather than to go, wow, I played a good game. Like, you're not playing Call of Duty, you're not controlling everything, running around, shooting people, earning points, all that stuff. And I think that's fascinating. The artistic aspect and my movie buff side is like, yes, I love this, give me more. But my gameplay side is like, I don't want to walk around for 40 hours and literally just look at my inventory and fall over every 5 minutes. And then once in a while, see Conan O'Brien. Like I don't. I don't need that.
That's where I'm at. Honestly, that's where I'm at. I don't want to spend $60 for something that I'm not gonna like. That's my thing. I want to get it, but I don't want to get it at the same time.
And I'm paying $80 for the thing I probably won't like gameplay, because I got the Steelbook. I didn't get the weird little fetus baby.
Oh, somebody here got the jar baby.
Yeah, I don't want the fetus. I don't want the fetus.
Who got the jar baby?
Josh.
Josh, you got
Josh.
I can cancel it if I want, okay?
No, you gotta keep it, man. You gotta unbox it.
It's gonna be on stream with me.
I can't. I don't want that on the shelf with my other collectibles. Like, I bring someone over, it's like, here's my dragon from Skyrim, here's my Halo statue, here's a baby in a jar, here's my Doom statue. Like, no, that's yeah, exactly. It's a little weird.
Imagine the police if they raided your house and they saw that jar.
Like, I can explain. This crazy Japanese guy made a video game about Norman Reedus, and he has a fetus, and he travels across America, and like, what are you talking about? Mads Mikkelsen's in it. It's like, what does that even mean? I don't know. But it happened, and now I have this, and I can't explain it, and please don't arrest me for too long. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, and as much as I don't want to play it, I equally want to experience it. And like, there's people who are playing like, I can't believe there's a movie-length cinematic at the end of it. I'm like, have you ever played a Kojima game? There's always a movie at the end. Yeah, every time you beat a Metal Gear Solid, it's like, oh, there's a 2-hour movie. Like,
Metal Gear Solid 2 had one right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Exactly. Half the cuts. I guarantee this 40 hours of gameplay is probably like 15 to 20 hours of gameplay, and then the rest is cinematics. Like, we're probably going to get a big opening scene, a bunch of really long cutscenes, and then that ending 2 hours is probably into that time. And I'm fine with that, because that's the part I want. I'd rather just have an option. I wish this game had an option that was like,
it does.
Just watch.
It does, yeah, it has.
It does have somewhat like that. Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me
the game easier, so you can experience the story, and
do I still have to walk around?
A little bit.
Not
as much, and it's not as difficult as if you were playing.
Yeah.
So how does it handle the boss fights then? Do I just watch the boss fight?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know how.
Oh, dope, sweet. That's the best $80. I don't want to play this game anymore. I can just watch it.
That's
the balance.
Then if you're not playing it though, like that's.
But let me.
I'm not buying it for a game. I'm buying it to go, wow, that's a good sci-fi story.
Is there a place for that in gaming? Is there a place for a game that's not a game?
There's a place like that in art, because video games are art, and there's a place to do artistic experience. You can look at example of how the movie side. Look at movies. Movies, like, especially Netflix, is starting to experiment like with choice, like that whole Bandersnatch thing that they did for Black Mirror.
Oh yeah.
So
you can play that any way you want. You can make it as long or short of an experience, and all your choices. They're still working on some Telltale like what game is trying to be made for Netflix that you watch and play. Like that's an interesting experience, and that's not to take away from like, oh, that's not what gaming is. I'm like, what is gaming? There's games about everything, and almost you know how many indie games that are just like a walkthrough that's about like mental health or about an experience someone had when they were a kid, or
like Oxenfree, for example,
or like you know like Firewatch. Like there's so many different things that are just like these moments. They're not really. You can't be like, yo, I just played this game. It's more like I experienced something, and I think that's what it is, and that's why there's this divide. Some people are in it for that. Some people are like, I wanted a game, not a movie, and that's what it is. But I don't think I don't agree with this with the reviews that say, oh, it's tedious and it's not fun, but I loved it. I mean, if you love the story and the sci-fi aspect, sure, count that in. So you love that part, and then knock it down. If you're counting it, if it's a game review, knock it down for what you don't like. You don't just go, doesn't get a pass. Like, yo, Breath of the Wild is the best game I ever played, but I hate the combat and I hate this and I hate that. 9 out of 10. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound like a 9 to me. If you don't like all that stuff.
Yeah. It's a lot of dislikes for them to be throwing 10s out there.
I'm gonna ask the cast this real fast. Hold it. I want you to hold on to that, Taylor. I want to ask the cast this then. So, do you think Kojima doing games like this and the Telltale games are part of the reasons why gaming culture is changing?
No, gaming culture changed when gaming became this online, multi-billion-dollar industry.
That too. But gaming culture,
you have games that you can't play unless you're online. I think that changed gaming.
But you see,
I think that's the worst.
Always
thing.
adapting.
But what I'm getting at, that changed it too. But think about this. Like, you are starting to see this because Death Stranding is not the only game that has that option. Astral Chain is another game that has that option where you don't have to play the game. You could just watch.
But that's because the combat is so like some people probably haven't done half of the things you could do with your legions and things like that. It's such a combat rich game where you can pull off combos and moves. I don't want to say it, spoiler or nothing, but I'm on like the last file, right? Case or last file. Yeah. And the boss there, you got to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing and you're able to move around with your legions and switch between legions and
you need fast reaction. That's my point though. Like when I say gaming culture, how we view, how we perceive, and even how we play games.
Mm-hmm. But like even a game like Sekiro, I know some people that's like, I can't touch this game. Like I can't get past the first guy in this game,
and that's what I'm getting at. It's like I want to discuss like how gaming just because in 2019,
but everyone's not going to be this ninja on the sticks. Like we have to understand that, and these companies still got to sell video games.
But that's what I'm getting at. In 2019, we have seen a lot of gaming companies take more of a leap of faith at trying newer things, and that's what I'm getting at. I'm getting at moving forward from 2019 onward. Are we going to see more of this gaming culture change? I'm not even just talking about online gaming. I'm not just talking about esports. That's before now. We from when we all were kids to where we now. We see how gaming culture changed in that aspect. Now that gaming is more mainstream, I'm seeing that there's more ways where it's more sectioned off. Like we're saying games are for a specific group of people now more often than not. We're saying like Sekiro is for a certain type of person, or games like Death Stranding is for a certain type of demographic. So the culture.
I think we kind of got into this. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think we kind of got into this on the PE podcast, months back. But with that, I don't think it's a matter of everything has its own niche, and if you're in that, you're in that. I think gaming has adapted to a point where anyone can dip their toes into any pool they want, and everything's for everyone. There wasn't a label when they put Sekiro out saying, all right, this is only for people who are like Dark Souls and only want a challenge. No, that game blew up. Everyone tried that. People who are terrible at those games tried it, and if it wasn't for them, it wasn't for them. They don't have to play those type of games, but it's accessible. It's not just this, oh, I'm a shooter guy. I remember there was a time, at least on the last gen consoles, where it's like, oh, all I play are shooter games. Oh, all I play are strategy games. All I play are RPGs. And now we're seeing all these genres starting to mix, and everyone's just trying new things here and there and finding new games to like, and people have adapted more to mobile that wouldn't necessarily have gone to a mobile platform before, with Mario Kart on your cell phone now, or with Pokemon Go and all this stuff. And I just think it's fascinating how it's such an open market for anyone, any age, any race, any culture, and anywhere in the world to jump in and try something that maybe they would have not tried 10 years ago, or that's something that they're just never interested in before. And I think that's this whole, and the thing that I think changed this is our connection online. Like all of us from where all we are right now, us talking, us putting out videos, seeing reviews, having discussions. So like, let's say you never played the Outer Worlds, ever heard of it, you're not interested in RPGs, and I was like, hey, I'm playing this game, Outer Worlds. It's incredible. I really love it. I think you should give it a shot. I know you like shooting, and like there's shooting in this game, but it's an RPG and has a great story. I think you should try it. You're more inclined to take my recommendation as a friend to try it, and you may find something that you love. So I don't really think there's a section off. Like I know more when we talked about it on P podcast, it was more of like, oh, there's mobile gamers, then there's PC gamers, and then there's the console guys. Like I just think anything's for anyone, whatever you get into. There's nothing that's off limits or that you feel you have to only play. Like I don't feel I should only, because I love RPGs, only play RPGs. Like if I want to play Call of Duty, I'll put it on. If I want to play Pokemon, I'm going to play Pokemon. You know, like, or if I want to watch a movie and skip through the gameplay in Death Stranding, I'm going to do that. You know,
you sound like such a millennial.
I mean,
love is love, okay? Doesn't have to be barriers.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be barriers. Why should it
have to be labels?
I always say that without the online gaming community, that portion where we can play a game, talk to each other about it, do podcasts, make videos, without that portion, I wouldn't have nobody else to talk to video games about in my life, in my circumference.
Right.
So
exactly.
That's facts right there.
Exactly, because it's like it connects you to more people, because because of this connection, I was able to meet people like Sincere, Coach. I was able to meet Jordan in person. So hopefully the rest of you guys definitely sometime next year. Nick, VC8. I'm coming to New York next year. So you're in New York, so I'll meet you in New York one of these days.
Definitely. If we're going to New York, we're gonna go get pizza. All right.
I might be going to New York for Pokemon
For what?
in November. For Pokemon.
Yeah,
I'll see you there.
I probably won't be there until next year. Yeah, that's a whole.
I'll be at the
Is
launch.
that at the Nintendo in New York? Is that where you're going, Tether?
Yeah.
But
This would be my first time going up there.
but,
Yeah, it's
great,
pretty
man.
dope.
You'll
It's a
have a
pretty
good time.
dope store.
But you
It's
see,
lit.
right there, like the culture of gaming is like what I've noticed is like is really embracing more people to be connected. Like even right here, like you have a podcast of 8 people discussing, their passion for video games, and some of us have differences of opinions on different games, and this is stuff that you was only able to do with a group of friends probably in school, a select group of friends in school 20 years ago.
Very
20,
select.
20, 25 years ago.
very
I mean,
select.
I just joined this, podcast
Yes.
out of nowhere,
Out of
and I
nowhere.
know, and I personally don't know a good bit of you, but I feel just in the 10 minutes I've been on here, we've been able to connect just over video games.
Exactly.
Right.
Just like that.
Right.
See what Kojima did?
for us. So,
See what Kojima did that.
I gotta take a quick phone call. I'm sorry about that. I'll be
Yeah,
right
you
back.
good. You good.
Well, we can all agree Death Stranding shouldn't be ported to PC, right? I mean, right, guys? I'm kidding.
What buttons you got to press to hold the backpack?
I think it's, you hit the shoulder or the triggers. I think
Yeah.
I'm
you
talking about
hold both
PC.
of them, you have like
A and D.
A and D. Fair enough.
So what I
Which brings me to the next question, Avidan. If you're gonna wait, you're gonna get on PC. You're gonna get on PlayStation.
PC.
All
He
right,
doesn't
cool.
play his PlayStation, bro. It's for decoration.
He doesn't play. That's right. Ever since he stopped playing Apex on PS4, I bet you that thing's got really dusty.
Oh yeah, I gotta clean.
But don't worry, don't worry. In March, he gonna dust that thing right off. In March,
Oh,
get ready.
Yeah, I
Listen.
think I'm gonna wait till PC too.
Yeah,
I want to wait till the hype dies
listen,
out.
listen,
Experience it by
listen.
myself.
In March, I may have to do a faceless stream. Just have it up. I'm gonna mute the mic, and I'm gonna turn
you
out.
gotta mute the chat too. You can't see the chat.
No, I don't care about the chat at that point. I'm gonna turn out the light. I'm just gonna sit back. I'm gonna recline this chair and just have my feet up and start playing on Final Fantasy VII.
You and me both, bro. I'm not gonna be at work.
Like I'm kicking off.
Work. What is work? Me too. What is work when Final Fantasy comes out?
Like
You're
seriously.
gonna load it up, and you're like, man, I wish this was Final Fantasy 9.
That you're older now.
Oh, if they were to remake Final Fantasy,
Yeah, no, they remade. Well, first of all, you can actually Jake and Tether, I'll hook you guys up. They actually redid the texture. Do you have Final Fantasy 9 on PC? They actually have.
Yeah, I have it.
Good. They redid. It's a beautiful game, isn't it?
Yeah, I have all three of them. 7, 8, and 9.
You got the
Texture.
you got the texture packs for Final Fantasy. The texture packs for Final Fantasy 7 are amazing.
Yeah, they're really good.
Like I actually follow
And
Suno Mods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're actually
Yeah,
friends. They actually rated me when I was playing it on Twitter.
Oh, that's what's up.
That was crazy. But yeah, what you saying?
I was saying, just talking about Final Fantasy VII. How it that was the one I was worried about the most, like them bringing up, just because there's so many different models for each character when you're in Overfield and battle and everything. But yeah, they did do a really good job.
Dorkman said my son is 12 and does not play a game unless it is online with party chat, unless I make him. And he said, also, I had a video game club in college. Nice. Puzzle Solver said executives try to label people so they can explain buying habits to sell you more stuff. I agree with Jordan Prince. Let us play what we want to play and stop constricting us. I agree, 100%. VC said a Final Fantasy 6 remake, but I want it to be a traditional JRPG. Okay, so you know what? So you want it to be, let me ask you a question, VC. Would you want it to be turn-based, more like... You want to be turn-based still, but in kind of like what's that game? I Am Setsuna, or would you want it to be more like Secret of Mana? No, Trials of Mana.
Not like Trials, definitely not like that. I like the way I see it. I want it like just the old school, plain old traditional RPG style. Like it can keep the high res, high quality graphics, but just I like it where it's you do a move, they do a move. Like just. Keep like
Final
that.
Fantasy 6 is kind of pure in a way. It needs to stay that way.
He wants it like
Yeah.
You see, you know what my problem is with that only turn-based thing? You guys gotta. I think the only thing we gotta consider is like that niche market is growing smaller and smaller, and it's like you need.
See, I thought I was going bigger on it.
But my thing is stop targeting games for why. That's how we generic ass same games that come out every single year because they're trying to reach the widest audiences possible. But when they niche down, we get awesome games like
Octopath Traveler.
That's why I want to give you that
Incredible.
example. I want to give you guys an example of Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler still didn't even get hit over 3 mil yet. And look how brilliant that game is. I love that game.
Yeah, the first month it came out, it made like 1.3 million sales.
And then it plateaued. That's the thing we don't talk about.
I think it went like down almost. Like it
Hey man, people who's gonna buy it bought it.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the people that went out
There's
and
nothing wrong
bought
with
it.
that. It's not gonna be for everyone.
And for that studio from Square Enix, it's a success, and
But-
they're gonna make another one, a sequel, or something.
But you know what? But you know what? You may get your
the prequel's on mobile actually. So
but you may get your wish,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
You guys may get your wish though, because not only this game but Chrono Trigger as well, because Square did say they want to remake these games.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would love a remake of Chrono
And
Trigger.
this is a perfect place to put them.
And no,
Right.
that's what they said they want to put them. They said they want to remake
Yeah.
classics and put them on the Switch.
Bro, Chrono Trigger gets remade into Nintendo Switch exclusive. That's gonna make the world blow up.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Final Fantasy VII remake will be heavy on cutscenes? Not really. I don't believe Final Fantasy VII is gonna be heavy on cutscenes. What I believe
might
is
be.
gonna have a good amount of cutscenes, but the cutscenes are gonna go right into battle a lot. Like it's gonna go into cutscenes into gameplay seamlessly. That's what I see Final Fantasy VII remake going.
You think-
happening.
You think they're gonna do it like not exactly like God of War, but like God of War, how it just
Kinda.
like
Yeah.
transitioned into
They did
okay.
that. If actually, you remember the Guard Scorpion? Remember with the Guard Scorpion gameplay? Like
Oh yeah.
it went straight into battle. So the one thing I'm excited about most of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we're gonna get the Game of the Year predictions in a second, but the reason why I'm so excited about Final Fantasy VII Remake is because it's a remake of the game itself. And I think I guess I look at the word remake differently than most people. I'm not looking at you're remaking and redesigning every last thing the same as before. I'm looking at it as you're remaking everything, the script, the gameplay.
Well, it's a reimagining.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a reimagining than a remake. And you know what? I'm fine with that because honestly, in this day and age, in this climate, with all the other RPGs that came out, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Persona 5, and a whole bunch of other games,
Dragon Quest XI-S.
Dragon Quest XI-S, and even now with Xenoblade Chronicles remastered or definitive edition coming out, me personally, I feel that if you was to remake the Final Fantasy VII back, kind of like the way you wanted VC, the way it's just traditional RPG but just in high res graphics, it would get forgotten, and it wouldn't make an impact. What they're
Yeah,
doing,
but I personally don't want it to have this action hack and slash method of RPG style, because many people are saying that Final Fantasy VII Remake is looking like Kingdom Hearts 3 in regards of how it looks aesthetically in the gameplay aspect.
But you do have, but here's the thing though. You do have a turn-based option, and actually, they even said the turn-based option is more strategic than this. So they even saying they frown upon the go to mommy.
The action mode.
They frown upon the action mode.
Yeah.
They actually frown upon the action mode. And that's something that I actually like, because they're saying they don't want you to button mash. They're saying very in a very subtle way, they don't want you to button mash in this game. And that's what made me more interested in this game. So that's my 2 cents on that. But did anyone have anything they want to add on that before we go into Game of the Year predictions?
Oh, you say Game of the Year predictions?
Yeah, do you guys want to go into that?
We're talking about our own game?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
our own.
Like what we think is actually going to happen.
Our own.
That's going to be different things.
Like our Game of the Year, or what
you
we
want both?
predict is going to happen. Okay,
Right.
I don't know what I just said. Okay to the actual event, or okay to us, our personal.
Yeah.
Let's make it interesting. Let's do both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do both, because I feel as though we could easily say, let's just clear the air right now. I could automatically see Sekiro and Resident Evil 2 up there.
Yes.
I can see those.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Could
I don't
be.
know if Fire Emblem's even going to get nominated.
I'm iffy on Fire Emblem being nominated.
Fire Emblem is going to be an RPG of the year.
That's more my personal predictions rather than being objective. I see. But what if the game came out this year though? If you really think about it,
I feel objectively Mario Maker 2 has to be nominated because Mario Maker 1 was nominated. Not saying it has to be.
Well,
but...
you look at the climate of the games that came out, because you got this game. Believe it or not, the game I know is going to be nominated, which I don't want to be nominated, but I feel it is going to be nominated because of its acclaim. Death Stranding.
Yeah. Look how soon Red Dead Redemption got in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it slid right in.
Game Awards.
Death Stranding kind of has to be nominated.
Yeah, because Keely's in it.
Perfect scores, not even that.
Death Stranding's going to be on that list.
So
places are giving it perfect scores.
You usually have 4 or 5 games that are usually Game of the Year, right? So we had
This is like 6 in there last year, wasn't it?
Well, 4, 5, 6. I'll just say Suido 3. I put Sekiro, Death Stranding, and Gears 5 could be another one. You know what? No, Outer Worlds. I can see
Outer Worlds could be in there, but
or Borderlands. Borderlands maybe.
Borderlands is another one.
Borderlands. So Outer Worlds, Borderlands. What else? I said Sekiro. I said Resident Evil 2. There's a few.
Mario Maker
possibly.
a lot.
I don't think
Do we really think Mario Maker's going to go? Mario Maker 2 kind of fell flat. I mean,
it sold 3. It sold over
3.5 or something.
You know what?
It sold well, but the discussion around.
But you know
just
what?
kind of.
You know what?
It did die out.
I'm gonna throw a wild card in there. Actually, Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
Because that game sold 3 million in less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 million copies.
Pushing that game hard too.
3 million copies in about 11 days. That's huge.
So
that's actually, if you actually want to put it out there, that's actually one of Nintendo's best-selling games out of the entire year.
It dropped on the same day the Lite came out, so a lot of people bought their Switch Lite and got Link's Awakening though too. So that should be taken into credit.
But even then, I would say a lot of people who bought Switch Lites were buying their second Switch. A lot of people weren't buying their first Switch with their Switch Lite. They were buying their second Switch. So buying that game you're buying a second Switch.
They're just gonna buy it anyway.
Exactly. So that's why I don't really consider that. But yeah, that's why I'm throwing Link's Awakening in there, because Link's Awakening it's a solid game from start to finish. It's like one of the best remakes I've actually played.
I still need to get it. I like want to play it so bad
It's a
because like
great
I
game.
even seen some people go into the shop and actually still be able to steal the bow and arrow. Like, so like to think that people are still able to do that even in a brand new game.
They kept what they did with Link's Awakening is, which I'm gonna do a review for that game. That game deserves a review.
I'd love to see you do a review.
The beautiful thing about that game is they got rid of the screen, like going from screen to screen easily, and made the game almost 100% seamless without you going, except for you going to like stores or shops.
Or cave.
Or
like,
caves.
It was all
Everything else was seamless, which was really good because it was like a map to map load from the Game Boy version. So the game itself it's a really dope game, and the way they redid the characters, the expressions, how Link was redone, it makes you expect and desire for them to make a sequel to it. So I'm interested in seeing what Nintendo's going to do after Breath of the Wild 2.
I'm waiting to see Link to the Past get that treatment as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like that's next on the list for Link to the Past to get that treatment.
Either
Links
to the Past, or they may do a Pokemon route, and they may come out with Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
That too. Either one. I'll take either one of those.
Ooh.
I will, for real.
So
pretty dope.
Link's Awakening is Call of Duty would be in there before Link's Awakening.
Yeah, we forgot Call of Duty. We forgot Call of Duty.
Basic.
When has Call of Duty ever been up for Game of the Year? I'm about to say, when has Call of Duty ever been up for Game of the Year? And
I feel like it's definitely been up for Game.
And Call of Duty always sells. Like,
Modern Warfare though remake. Come on, bro.
Think about this. Call of Duty always sells out like big. Call of Duty has movie sales numbers.
Yeah, it's the best-selling game of 2019.
And Call of Duty always have movie sales numbers, but they're never nominated for Game of the Year. Why is that?
Because it's the same every time.
It's Call of Duty, man.
Because Jeff Keighley's a hater. That's why.
I was about to say because they're not.
He sucks at Call of Duty, man.
But
I'm doing research.
Well, I'm just gonna mention some of my predictions. I definitely see Sekiro winning. I see that winning before anything else. Like if it's not Death Stranding, it's Sekiro. Because even last year, everyone was thinking Red Dead Redemption is gonna win after winning 6 awards, and then God of War won. Could be the same scenario. Death Stranding is gonna win a bunch of awards, best soundtrack, best scenery, this and that, and then when it's the game of the year, it's gonna not be Death Stranding. It'll be Sekiro. But me personally, I'd love to see Astral Chain win.
That's my personal. I want Astral Chain to win.
But excluding Astral Chain and Sekiro, AI Somnophiles is one of the best games of the year for me personally, and it was rated really high on PlayStation 4 and Switch. It's a very, very good game, and if you do like those story-based style games, similar to like what Death Stranding is going to be, and similar to the Walking Dead series from Telltale, definitely enjoy and love AI Somnophiles by Spike Chunsoft. It's a great game, especially if you like the Zero series.
I've been meaning to pick that up.
Yeah, how much is that? I think Sekiro is going to win Game of the Year. Sekiro or Death Stranding is going to be one or the other. My personal though is the Outer Worlds. That is my personal Game of the Year. That game is
that's a dope game.
I can't wait. Great. I can't wait to pick that up.
And when that game comes to the Switch, you Switch owners are going to be in for a treat. If you only have a Switch and that's the only platform you can play on, and that game comes out, you're gonna love it.
VC, I gotta ask you a question. Do you have it? Do you have Game Pass?
No, I actually my old Xbox One broke, so I haven't had an Xbox to play for about a year now. So.
You have a PC?
How about your PC?
I never played anything on my PC actually when it comes to like Xbox games. Normally on PC I do a lot of emulation for like DS games, GameCube games,
how good is your PC?
all that stuff.
How good is your PC? Because I got it on PC.
It's good, but it's not like very capable good. It's not like incredible or anything. It can handle like GameCube games, but like it can't really go higher than that. Even then, with GameCube games, I drop frames sometimes. So
okay, I need to get back into old emulation games.
Yeah, literally, like I emulate like Pokemon all the time. It's so much fun. I turn it to a Nuzlocke and make it so much more difficult. I randomize all the Pokemon, so I have all of them in the game. It's insane.
Okay, I'm a little offended right now. I'm looking through the eShop games. Why is Override on the eShop for $40? This game was free on Steam.
Because they do that all the time for Nintendo, bro.
They're trying to catch a quick check. Dude.
Yeah, every time a game like an indie game gets ported from Steam to PC, it's always just money.
And the game is trash.
Money.
Anyway, I'm sorry about that. That kind of bothered me for a little bit. But anyone else have their predictions that are coming out?
My personal game of the year is Fire Emblem.
Okay.
Just because there wasn't a game this year or probably last year that I kind of I got like I don't throw around the word addicted, but I was like legitimately I played that game like 15 hours the first weekend.
I agree with you, Jake. And I did 2 paths back right off the bat.
Yeah, I beat that game.
It's a solid game.
In like 3 weeks, like 60 hours over 3 weeks, and beat it. It's a
real solid game.
But I also thought Astral Chain was bad. I took it back.
I haven't even played that yet.
I respect your opinion, Jake.
Yo, you know what game I'm actually interested in, and I wish I had enough money to go ahead and buy this game, because I would actually play this game with you guys more. Who's gonna take a guess what game I'm thinking about? Mario and Sonic Olympic Games. That game looks so much fun.
Oh. It does actually.
That game looks, the old ones, it looks pretty good. Clean.
His face looks disgusted. He's like, ugh.
What is that?
Yeah, listen. GOTY, I know how you feel. The reason why I said that is because, like, playing by yourself, that game looks trash. But when you actually have other people you can trash talk. Listen, I'm gonna say this.
It's like Uno.
I never thought like Uno playing Uno. I never playing Uno online or even playing the first Mario Party. I remember the first Mario Party. I'm like, what kind of trash game is this? But then when you had to play with your homies, it was like 5, it was like 8, it was like 4 different people at the same time. Those games get fun. Like
lit. All of us 10-year-old kids playing Mario Party.
I know, and I'm really mad that Nintendo took that away from us.
But
yeah,
I'm looking at the games that are coming soon as we talk about like game of the year, because this year is almost over, and to be real, like there haven't been really too many big heavy hitters this year. I really just see in terms of like game of the year, like wow worthy. Like last year we had God of War, which is more of a wow worthy game. I feel like Sekiro is mostly getting it because it's just an overall solid game. Not so much because
here's the thing.
It did rate the highest out of any other game this year. Like
I like Demon X Machina more.
You just kind of like faded
out.
Yeah,
you cut out right before you said Damon. Like I heard that.
I like Damon X Machina.
You cut out again.
I think
you're doing it on purpose.
Marvelous doesn't want you to promote the game, man.
Yeah, they don't want me.
And if you mention it, the whole stream gets taken down.
It's censoring it because it's blasphemy.
I said I don't think God of War is that good of a game. I think it's a 7 out of 10 game, and I played better games than this year. I played God of War this year.
You can jump.
Yo, hold up.
I mean, the jumping don't bother me, but
yo guys, we got the Jar Baby representative in the chat though.
Oh, Chips and Sticks.
Hey.
Yo, Chips, you gonna return your Jar Baby yet?
I can't remember nobody said Ring Fit Adventure is gonna be game of the year.
Chips just wants the Jar Baby because he's
wait. Can we just acknowledge
somebody to hang out with
game for a second here? Do we think
it's definitely going to get a nominee?
Goose Game is a different type of game.
I mean, they nominated.
Word Chips. All right.
Oh God.
Chips is coming in.
It's about to get really loud.
Can we get people in here? Can we fit more people in here?
We can fit up to 10 people.
Oh, no.
Has anybody played Ring Fit here?
I haven't. I saw OJ's video earlier though from Player Essence. Oh my God, he was just.
I didn't watch his.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
You definitely.
I watched Mandy's. I watched Arlo.
Yeah, I didn't see Arlo's or Mandy's yet.
Ask Josh about it. Josh owns it. He plays it.
I just think Arlo's so funny.
Yo.
Oh yeah. We see. We can't hear you.
We see. Josh. You're playing too.
He muted his mic.
You muted your mic, dude. We can't hear you.
No. It's something up his audio.
Yeah, it's on his side.
You can hear me? Right.
No, we hear
Yeah.
you. We can't hear Josh.
We can't hear Josh.
Yeah.
Chips bounce. Now Josh bounce. Oh, now they back.
All right, what about now? Can you hear me now?
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was like, because I was trying to talk about my games, but I was like, all right, go ahead. Like, nobody can hear me talking for like the past 5 minutes, apparently.
Like, no.
No, so for Game of the Year, one thing I'm not clear on is like, how was that chosen? When we say Game of the Year, are we talking about the Game Awards Game of the Year? Or are we talking
we're
about...
talking game. We're just talking the game awards. Since everyone tunes into the game awards, we're speaking about those game awards. But then we're getting into what are our own personal Game of the Years as well.
Okay, so Game Awards, I think the way they choose it, I think that there's like, what, 65 or 70 like independent like media outlets that kind of vote on those things,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I think that, you know, the games that stand the best chance to win, like, you know, just objectively, like overall, like not based on my personal preference, I think it's going to go to either, like if I had to pick the top candidates, I would say it's going to be Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, maybe The Outer Worlds as well. I don't think Resident Evil 2 is going to get it because it is sort of a remake, right? So it's kind of something that's come before. I think Sekiro's got the best chance based on its review scores and the fact that it's just like a really competent, pure video game experience. Personally, if I had picked my Game of the Year, I would be tempted to say Dragon Quest Builders 2. I had a lot of fun with that game. I enjoyed it immensely, even though I know it would never get objective Game of the Year. And honestly, it's weird because I haven't spent that much time with it yet, but I'm kind of tempted to say The Outer Worlds. And I feel like they deserve like special commendation because not only did they kind of create this, you know, kind of amazing experience, one of us, I think, particularly relevant to Fallout fans who didn't really get what they needed from Fallout 76, but they just put out a great, complete game. They didn't mess with like, here's 3 different collector's editions. They didn't do, hey, here's a roadmap, here's like 14 pieces of DLC that are gonna be rolling out for you to buy. It was just like, here's a complete game, go enjoy it. And that
works with no bugs.
And it works with like no bugs. And I feel like that's such a rarity. Like usually, you know, I mean, publishers will do everything they can to kind of, you know, nickel and dime consumers. Now I'm not sure if that was like an altruistic move where they were like, oh yeah, we're going to do gamers a solid and put out just like a good complete product, or if that's just them hedging their bets. Like if this falls flat, we don't want to hype it too much in case there's not, you know, people aren't receptive to it. But nonetheless, I really appreciate that. That was like one of the, and this thing I didn't even buy the game. I got it through Game Pass. But I feel like for anybody who did buy the game, like good for them, man. Like they got like the complete experience. And they didn't have to worry about being, you know, like upsold on anything.
You know, Microsoft knocked it out of the park for getting
Yeah,
Obsidian. That's an out of the park home run for Microsoft.
Right.
When the next one comes out,
it's going to do numbers. It's going
do
to
numbers.
grow from here. Especially with Bethesda charging people $13 to play,
bruh,
$100
a turtle turd. You want to play a
free
turtle
Arctic
turd?
Ground
Give us
Rules.
$13 a month.
Oh man.
So with that, if anyone has nothing else, we're gonna just jump into Q&A.
Q&A.
Super Mario Maker 2 is a great game, though,
It is.
in my opinion. It
I
did
still
rate really
think,
high. I feel like you have to take some of the ratings into consideration, though. Like a lot of Nintendo games rated higher than some of the games you even mentioned. I'm not saying this as like a
Didn't
Nintendo
Nintendo
standard
even
or
put
anything,
out
I'm
a
not.
bad first party game this year?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Well, that depends on person to person because some people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on like if you count.
but you can
guess,
still
Daemon X
objectively-
Machina was scoring one, and they published that, so maybe.
No, you see, here's the thing.
I saw that they had a marketing campaign. They regarded it as like a second party studio or something.
No,
or
here's the
third
thing
party,
with Daemon X
something like
Machina.
that.
Daemon X Machina, they took a Mac 10, aimed it at their foot, and just went off. That's what they did. That's what they did. They shot their whole foot
people
off.
made up their minds about Daemon X.
They shot their whole
I
foot
looked-
off.
I took one look at Daemon X Machina and I said, I'm buying this game day
I liked
one.
it too.
You know, if you're into those Japanese mech games, it doesn't matter about the reviews, about Marvelous, none of that. The people that got swayed by that weren't going to buy Daemon X Machina in the first place because it's such an in-depth mech game with the stat sheets and all that intimidates people.
Right.
Fire Blast,
You know?
Fire Blast Gaming. If Death Stranding wins Game of the Year, it's because Death Stranding pulls strings for it to win.
I mean, we gotta wait. We gotta wait to play it to really.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it might just win Game of the Year
I
because
said I was
it's
gonna be
an incredible gaming
entertaining.
experience.
This stream.
we gotta wait to play it. But for me, it's Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 was the best experience I had so far this year playing the game. Sekiro is second, Astral Chain third, and then from there it gets wonky. I like Control. I thought Control was good.
Control was
But
good.
It's just it gets cloudy. It could be a toss of a bunch of other stuff.
I keep
I think
forgetting
it's just-
Resident Evil 2 was a thing this year because I didn't play it.
Yeah.
But I keep forgetting that game came out. Every time I say, "Oh yeah, that game did come out and it did look hella good and it did get great reviews." Like
It was really good. Like I like Resident Evil, and this was bringing it back to what I liked about Resident Evil. Item management. It didn't have tank controls, but you really can't just shoot at anything. You know, you gotta preserve your ammo. It's everything I want out of Resident Evil game. So, and it looked great. It looked.
It was
snap.
really good. It was
Chips
really
is
good.
actually
It looked
home?
great.
Not with the shades.
Welcome on, true believer.
He don't. He
Kojima sent him here. Kojima
Listen,
sent.
Yeah.
Listen.
Kojima
Was
on
y'all
this.
talking trash about my
Yo.
jar, baby?
Yeah, you was. What you gonna do about it?
Believe it or not, not really.
No. I was.
I want to go down the line.
I
I wanna
was.
go down the
What's
line.
good?
Avidan, you was talking
Pull up.
trash about my jar, baby.
Pull up. I was. Pull up.
For what? Why? What's
Cause
your
it-
beef with my jar, baby? It ain't even here yet.
He said it was entirely
ain't taking
personal.
care of
You
your
did not
baby.
even bring my baby here yet, and you already
It
talking
was
smack.
entirely personal.
Listen.
He just led with that. It was very strange.
Listen. It's weird to have.
It
a
ain't weird.
baby. It is.
It ain't weird.
It is.
It's modern times now, right? We millennials. We have babies in jars and play them on PS4.
You want to hear a baby coming out your
In
controller?
your controller, like.
I want to hear it in my controller.
Whoa.
I want to go, wham. Hey, we need to move. I'm like, all right, cool. We can move. Let me pull his ladder out.
You're not gonna. Oh man,
You're like,
You know,
what,
man,
chicken?
Chip, I'm gonna. This is the thing. I'm gonna say
I
this.
can't.
I'm gonna laugh
Oh,
when Chips plays
your
his game,
life.
and then he plays it for 2 hours, and he's like, "Yo, this game is trash."
Bro,
I will
that's
laugh
exactly what I was
at
gonna
that.
say.
I can't wait.
I can't wait
He'll
till he
stick
hits
with
this
it.
game.
Yo, listen.
No,
listen.
if Chips can stick through Kingdom,
Nah, see,
True.
Chip.
Yeah, you
Chip-
cut out
Chip-
Tether, but I heard exactly what
Yeah,
you said.
see, Chips is a fine supporter of Kingdom Hearts, so he's gonna be a fine supporter of Death Stranding. Death
Yeah,
Stranding is not gonna be
you
garbage.
told
It's not gonna be bargain bin. I'll tell you that right now to him.
I tell you,
I don't know. I don't know.
Chips does like game movies.
I don't know. You know, I'm not completely biased towards any like developer and what game they make, because sometimes, you know, they'll get one over on you, and you just never know. That's why I do the whole bargain bin thing now. Like, if a game's trash, it's trash. I'm gonna just call it out. But it makes for a fine collectible. I'm not gonna deny that.
All right. Well,
If Death Stranding is trash, I'm gonna call it trash. You know, it is what it is.
But hey, at least you got
that's
that
what
Jar
you gotta do.
Baby
You gotta be
right?
honest. You gotta be
Jar
honest
Baby.
for the people.
A spade's a spade,
You gotta
a
put
jar baby's a jar baby.
right. Hey, it's a jar baby. A jar baby is a jar baby. It's gonna be right back
Fire
there.
blast.
Somehow I'm gonna manage to make a shelf and put it right there behind me, or I'm just hold it every time like I get on stream. Just
Oh, you gotta buckle it on yourself while playing Death Stranding.
Deadlock.
yeah, just
Deadlock
get
7.
the fanny
you're asking
pack
for too
thing.
much now, bro.
Deadlock 7 said Edge Magazine is not having a review of Death Stranding in their next issue, as their enthusiasm ran out long before time ran out to print the deadline.
Yeah, I saw
What
that.
about Fire Blast, bro? Look what he said.
Yeah, I was gonna say what he said. Death Stranding is gonna be the last Jedi of video games.
Bro,
But you see, that's the problem though, because if you're a magazine and you do reviews, even if a game is bad, you still have to go through it and put out a complete and legitimate review. I did it with Yoshi. You notice, I
did.
didn't want to
did.
finish it.
You did.
I didn't want to finish it, but I did it, and I was like, yo, you know what? I got to put it out, even though I hate this game.
I called you out on it.
I hate to throw dirt on Yoshi, but even though I hated the game, I still finished it and did the review and gave my opinion on it.
You know
And
what?
at the end of the
Yeah.
day, that's what it is. It's all reviews are opinions, right? On whether or not we enjoyed the game. But you have to take your biases aside, no matter what it is.
And be objective.
You have to be objective with your review. How does the game play? Are there, frame rate issues? Is there resolution issues? Are there control issues?
I
You
did
know what
that
I'm saying?
with
You gotta
Days
point out the
Gone.
good. You gotta point out the good, and you have to point out the bad equally
So
to put out
Chips.
a legitimate review.
So wait a second. So Chips, you wasn't here for this part, right? So I want to get your
Yeah,
take on this.
Uh,
What is your take on these gaming companies giving Death Stranding, a 10 out of 10, but at the same time it's not a full they have issues with the game.
Like a list of cons.
I'm gonna actually read you from Game Planet. Game Planet gave this game a 10 out of 10, right?
Okay.
And their ups were superb acting performances, amazing sense of place in the world, satisfying and deep story with plenty of answers, beautiful score and soundtrack, excellent graphics and performance, slow burn gameplay complements story perfectly, lots of amazing cutscenes. Generally feels like you've been on a hard journey and evoked emotions I did not expect. Now here are the downsides. Not quote unquote fun in the typical way. Will be too slow for many. Too many cutscenes for some clipping. Sam often moves a bit strangely on tricky terrain. Looks a bit silly when Sam has massive pile of packages on his back. Most bridge bases look exactly the same, and no photo mode. So, do you think that is worthy of a 10 out of 10 review?
not at all.
That's my issue when it comes
Not
to
at all. The thing is, right? And you got to take this philosophy too with everything that you do in life. Nothing is ever going to be perfect, no matter what.
100%.
Right? So, because somebody schooled me to that when I actually started to get a 9 to 5. I came from the real estate, industry where it's strictly commission based. So when I asked him to give me, a recommendation, if the job ever called him, he did. And I called him and I asked him, I was like, yo, just out of curiosity, what did you tell him? He was like, I told him, all the good qualities, but there is room for improvement. I was like, what you mean? He was like, Lay's, I'm gonna give it to you straight. Just for anybody that knows, right? Chips, Lay's, chips, you get it now.
No.
He was like, I'm gonna give it to you straight.
All right,
Nobody is
So
perfect.
clever.
Nobody is perfect. There's always room for improvement. You can always do better. No matter how great you may seem as an employee, or let's say, an athlete or anything, an actor, no matter what your field is, there's always room for improvement. And you have to hold that philosophy true with everything, gaming included. I don't believe there's a perfect game out there. Even back in the day when we was growing up playing games, up until now, there is not a perfect game. And anybody that tells you there's a game that deserves a 10 out of 10 or a perfect 100 is lying to you, because they're not being truly objective with their opinion. They're being biased.
Yeah.
A true,
No, the Last of Us.
10 out of 10. A
but-
true 10 out of 10. It holds bias, because no matter what, there's always something to improve upon. You guys know I've always been a fan of Sony games, right? One of my favorite games on the consoles is The Last of Us. I think that's a truly remarkable game. Is it perfect? No.
Yep.
No, it's not
Yeah, it
perfect.
is. I'm glad we can
There's-
agree on this. That's cool.
There's problems
Peerless.
with the game. Is not anything that hinders it, but if it was fixed, it would make it better.
But let me ask you this then, right? Because perfect, right? So
Yeah.
you have this scale from 1 to 10. If there is no perfect game, what's the point of having a 10?
That's the
Because
point.
that's what companies have to strive.
Is that what it strive for? So out of 30 years of gaming, nobody's ever had a game that scored a 10?
I want
40
to say-
years.
It should just be 1 to The Last of Us. I agree.
Can I?
It's
can
for
I-
aesthetic purposes.
I
It should be
feel
from
like-
1
I
to
feel
Super
like-
Mario 64, but
No,
Can
I think
can
that
I see where Chips is coming from, and Chips, where you're coming from, it does hold wisdom, and it does hold weight. But the only problem I would say with that is there needs to be a point where you got to separate your subjective differences to an objective overall experience. And with that, I can separate not fun for everybody. I could separate that's still being objective. I could separate that. But when you start saying there's some clipping, when you start saying the terrain looks bad or this is not good visually appealing, and you're being objective with that, that's when I'm like, all right, you need to start taking this score down. I feel like the nitpicky criticisms shouldn't count against a score, but your objective overall view of the game. Like if you
I
say,
agree. I agree with you on that.
if you say something like there are frame rate drops over here that makes the game a little bit hard to play, or better yet, I liked it when people finally called us out with Astral Chain. It was hard to control the camera angles.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that you need to start marking the score down on and not still giving it
Right.
a 10 out of 10. Because the only reason, if we're real, the only reason why this game is getting at a 10 out of 10 is because of the name that's behind the game and not so much the game itself. And that's
I
a
think
problem.
I think it's less of that and more of just for each individual person, a flaw is going to be different.
100%.
Like for me, I play The Witcher 3. I hate the combat. I hate the combat, but I'm willing to trudge through the combat because I enjoy the overall experience so much, so it doesn't bother me. There's people who won't play The Witcher 3 at all because they do not like the combat. So to them, the game is going to be, let's say, a 5 out of 10, to where if I were to do a review, I'd probably give it around an 8 or a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on who's playing the game, and it's all just an objective opinion. No review is definitive. No review is
100%.
this is
Mm-hmm.
this is the game. We're weighing everything. This is the de facto way to look at Death Stranding. No one's
Yeah.
going to have that. No one's ever going to have that. So it's all subjective, and I think people put too much power in reviews when really they should just be a complimentary thing
That's what I'm going to put
Yeah.
in my review. My
You know,
Exactly.
to-
I agree with that, Tether.
to go along with your purchase, because like, wait a minute, months ago everyone was saying Gears 5 is a failure because it's at 84.
84.
That's
And
crazy.
now-
Which I didn't
Yeah,
I didn't
people were.
understand. Like
And-
that's a pretty good score, and
It's a
now
great
people-
score.
That was a
Right.
pretty good game.
Anything over a 70 is good in my opinion.
And now
It's a
people-
great
Now
score.
people are trying to use. They're trying to like kind of like make it okay because Sekiro got a. I mean, Sekiro. Death Stranding got an 84, and now they're saying, is Gears 5. Like they're not keeping that same energy, and then I can't.
I think
can't rock
so.
with that.
Well, I
so
think
to
that
your
the
point,
Gears
I think what-
discussion is a little bit different because it's
the fifth installment in the
franchise.
series, and
Yeah.
Death Stranding is
So-
the first one. So I can kind of understand how they would say that because you had 5 games to actually try to perfect the formula.
The only game
But
that's doing
I still don't subscribe to that theory because
Yeah, 'cause
now
you're gonna
with
put my Pokemon.
every sequel you always change something up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's
the
a
same
lot that goes
thing
with that.
and then slightly improve it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just it doesn't make it fresh. So I mean, you know what it is? With reviews, you have to look for what resonates with you
Exactly.
as a gamer. What is it that you're looking for, out of that game, out of that experience, to be precise? What are you looking for? And if you find a couple of reviews that, tell you what you want to hear and makes you feel like, this game might actually be worth it, good. Then listen to those reviews and pick up the game, try it out for yourself. And if you have the same experience, great. If you don't, that's unfortunate. It's just everything is just a dice game at this point. You know what I'm saying? You can't really avoid it.
Shout out to Aiden Quinn, the newest member of the channel. Thank you so much for your support, man. Yo, not a bad time at all. Thank you so much. Yo, you guys are awesome, man. Like YouTube memberships. The support you guys are giving me making me want to step up these live streams. Next week we're gonna have actual template for the Chillcast. It's about time.
Who's right under V-Sips? I'm just kidding.
Jordan Fringe.
Oh.
Yeah, he came through. Yeah, he had to take a phone call though.
Yeah, one thing I want to mention though, when it comes to this review debacle, is that most people have to realize every single reviewer, like you said, Tether, to be subjective. It's to be a different perspective from each of them. And one game that came out recently, Luigi's Mansion 3, was rated by IGN an 8.3 out of 10. That's a great score, right? But the whole review, there wasn't really a lot of cons mentioned, like, at all. Like, all throughout the comments of that video, people were like, why is this so low if it was praised the whole video? But then you look at IGN's review for Dark Moon, and they gave Dark Moon a 9.3 out of 10. And Luigi's Mansion 3 is, like, blatantly better than Dark Moon. So, literally, it's a reviewer perspective. You can't trust every review. You have to take it as a complimentary thing and then play the game yourself. Or you could be like me and not play Sword and Shield and just know it's not gonna be good.
You backed yourself into such a corner.
Oh no! I put myself in the corner intentionally. It works.
Dude.
We gotta get
You're gonna break, and then you're gonna have to pretend like someone bought you that game so you can play it.
Yo,
No,
You're gonna be like, "Oh, someone bought it for me. I guess I can play it now."
yo.
I didn't buy it.
I'd probably wipe my butt with it first.
Okay,
What in the
so
world?
Yo, sponsorship.
Yeah.
Right, right now.
Everyone's coming.
Yeah.
Sponsorships.
so
Yeah.
What's up?
shout out to
Yeah,
Chris.
four of them
Shout
tonight.
I'm about to
out
click
to
the button
Chris.
myself. God dang.
Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris on the Patreon for the $1 pledge. Thank you so much. And Chris Levi with the YouTube membership, and Jordan Dropout with the YouTube membership. Thank you guys so much for the
Nice.
support. We are going to be stepping it up highly. And Chris Levi, he has been a member for 2 months actually. So thank you so much for your love and support, dude. Oh man, so this channel is definitely gonna be stepping it up a lot sooner. Like, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it, like a lot, because we're definitely gonna be stepping it up a lot more. And Aiden Quinn with the $1 super chat. Thank you so much, dude.
Yo, let's hit that 40 likes for right
Yeah,
there.
we're right there to 40 likes too.
Yeah.
Like we're right there. So
So did we all mention our game of the year predictions, or
yeah, for
or
me,
our own personal games of the year?
my
Or-
personal is Astral Chain. That's mine. I'll say Astral Chain is my personal prediction.
I'm all in on Fire Emblem. I want to say Daemon X Machina because I really enjoy the mechanics and the overall like gameplay loop, but I think Fire Emblem has the full experience. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
Good man.
I'm gonna actually, yeah, guys. So we're at 14 members now.
Nice.
We
Hey, there you go.
we need to plan something for you guys, like or this, like if you guys are following me on Discord, I'm gonna make a new Discord link in the chat. Good grief. Yo, Jordan drop out with the $10 super chat. Paid my last card note last month. I feel good. No, wait, he did the James
I heard
Brown.
that.
He did the James Brown voice, which I'm not going to embarrass myself right now.
That.
Feel good.
When you said I paid my car note, I feel good. I felt that.
Yeah,
I
yo,
felt that, sir.
Shout
You know
out-
I felt that.
shout out to the love that you guys are showing tonight, man. Thank you guys so much because honestly, I'm at a point right now where with this channel, I'm becoming more structured. Also with the second channel, and yeah, working for yourself more and more and doing things. This is definitely a good encouragement for me to do that because honestly, yeah, it's more fun making content for you guys. So you guys are gonna get more content from me shortly. It's not just gonna be live streams either. I'm gonna get back into doing more beat videos, and the second podcast is coming on the second channel. You guys are not subscribed to the second channel, Musically Avidan. You want to get over there because that second podcast is going to be, it's going to be different. That's all I'm going to say. And there's going to be episodes. It's going to be a one-on-one podcast, discussion podcast, where I'm going to be talking to different people, different YouTube content creators. The plan is I'm going to have discussions with YouTube content creators. I'm going to have discussions with hip-hop artists, artists in general. So if you sing, who have a love for video games, I might actually talk with video game composers who love music as well and video games. We're going to talk to a lot of different people and just have great discussions. So if you're interested in that, make sure you are subscribed over to the new channel. If you just like music in general, make sure you are subscribed to the new channel because I'm going to be doing a lot over there. So, does anyone else have any other questions for us?
Yeah, man, that's a question.
Deadlock7 said IGN rated Death Stranding a 68, whereas IGN Japan rated it in the 90s. Yeah, that's for reasons. That's all I'm gonna say.
They support the round, baby.
Reasons?
They support the round, baby.
That's reasons right there. That's reasons.
They probably got their jar babies early.
And
Well,
they,
what
they
about
definitely got
Italy?
them early. You already know that.
What about IGN
Can't
Italy?
wait for mine to come in.
Did I see that Pokemon? Did I see that Pokemon leak today? I did not see that Pokemon leak today.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just gonna let you know everything
The
I've
leak was
confirmed prior.
the second evolution forms of Grookey and Sabo.
Oh, word.
Oh,
Let me
a
check
lot
those
more
out.
than that came out. A lot more.
Yeah, I got a couple of it in my DMs. Once we,
there's more?
Yeah, the final
Yeah.
four of Sable looks disgustingly bad.
Austin John
I-
plays
I
did
heard
a
that
pretty
that's not
good
true.
video on it.
No, Sable Squad's like dead. Like it's.
I heard that.
Loki looks dope.
Yo,
I heard that the
It's
evolutions
literally
aren't
random
real.
Let me take a
Monsters,
look.
Inc.
Let me take a look. Let me take a
Nah,
look.
it's 100% real. Like it's real.
VC, you look like Randall from Monsters. Inc.
Grokey is my
At least I'm bigger.
All right. Let's not spoil forms for people that don't want to hear them.
Alright,
Oh, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Wait, can
Monsters, Inc.
somebody send me that?
Randall.
though?
Sable does not look bad.
no,
I'll post
the
it
final
in
four looks
the.
so
I'll
bad.
post it in the
He
Discord.
looks like
I
a
have
water
it on the Twitter.
Thank you, Brandon.
I'm so glad.
Trico. Like,
I'm so.
He's supposed to be a ninja. That's what Sable's evolution is supposed to be. It's
Yo,
supposed to be
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I
Yeah.
chose Score Bunny. Score Bunny looks dope. That's what I'm gonna say.
Nah, Grokey looks dope.
yeah, Groki got the jump and everything.
He got Groke. Am I looking at the right one?
I already leaked it on the Chillcast like a long time ago. Shh.
Does anybody in the chat want to see it?
I'm gonna go look in the chat right now.
I don't want to post it because I'm not even supposed to be sharing these. photos.
Wait.
But I guess you guys are all looking at them now.
Wait.
Oh,
It's
send
out
it in the Discord chat
Yeah,
that we're
Discord
all
chat.
in.
I'm about to.
Yeah, cause I can't see it. I can't see it yet. But I wanna
I'm
make sure-
about to. I'm saving them right now.
Cool, appreciate that. But hold up. Aiden Quinn says, "What Nintendo titles do you think will be games for Game of the Year, if any?" Because I'm saying Fire Emblem will be there. Astral Chain will get shafted. I think actually Astral Chain and Fire Emblem will both be good nominees.
Aiden, didn't you get a free copy of Astral Chain after saying it wasn't gonna do well?
Yo, we got 43 people who like this stream. We got 30 people watching right now. I really thank you guys for all the love and support you guys have been giving us, man. It's really been great.
I think Astral Chain will be action game. Will be an action game, like the whole action. That'll be their nomination, and be an RPG of the year, but it won't be game of the year. That's my predictions for those two games, anyway.
Not even in the 1 million seller list.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
we
think
don't know
Fire
for
Emblem's
sure
gonna
yet.
win Game of the Year, which I think that it
Astral-
should, honestly.
I think Astral Chain is really it's really one of those games that is going to go under the radar, like David X Machina.
Ew.
I think Astral Chain's gonna be a hidden. I don't think it's gonna.
David
Oh.
X Machina. Did you say it was David X Machina chips?
No, I'm looking at some of the Pokemon leaks.
Oh,
Yeah, some of them look
Oh, you
ugly,
found them.
and by some I mean like all of them, besides Grookey's Final Evolution.
Man, boy,
Nah,
I like them.
they ain't making Pokemon anymore. I don't know what I'm looking at half the time now.
I
It's
mean,
a-
what are they supposed to make?
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
You look at him being
Meowth is
bored.
looking
That's
kind
true.
of wild.
I can't get over it. I've been playing since Gen 1, and like there's literally a giant pile of goop
Let's
as a
see.
Pokemon. There's a bunch of magnets connected together. And people
Yeah,
are
that's what I'm
this is
saying, like-
top-
like-
this is top tier character design. No,
Loki-
each
Loki-
generation has bad designs. Let's be real.
Loki said if business influences the Game Awards, then Astral Chains could use Game of the Year to boost sales. Possibly. Aiden Quinn says, imagine Assault if Fire Emblem won. I say this because Sekiro are the only very high titles for this year that aren't remakes. You know
Yeah,
what?
I
You
mean,
got a point.
Fire Emblem is the second highest rated. I mean, behind Sekiro.
Fire Emblem is a fantastic game. It's just a game that you really just need time to sit down to enjoy.
But like the Game Awards, they hate Japanese games so much.
Oh yeah,
They do.
yeah. It's a Western award show. It's not a
Yeah.
game
The-
show.
So it's
Western.
like
Yeah,
like Fire Emblem might win in Japan, or actually Sekiro will probably still win over there in Japan. But I don't know. It's a shame.
Huh.
But
Yeah, it reminds me of Octopath getting snubbed, and Xenoblade Chronicles getting snubbed, and Super Smash Bros. Getting snubbed, and
Listen,
Well, Super Smash Bros. This is the year that it would be eligible.
but here's the thing.
even though it should have been eligible.
No, how
Like last
could it,
year.
how could it be eligible if it came out the same day? It
It's
came out the day
easy.
after.
They shouldn't have it before Christmas time. It has to be afterwards. It has to be the month of January that they do these award shows. But they purposely don't, so they can get more sales in for those games before Christmas. It's how it works every year. Like it's like
Well,
science.
yeah, why wouldn't you want to do that?
But I say, I mean,
Yeah,
I can see
that's
your point.
good business.
It is, but
Yeah.
it's not good marketing for the games that deserve the praise compared to
I
ones
can
that
see-
they're
I can see-
pushing
I can-
just for.
I can see
Well,
your-
well, that's up to the people that released it and put that release date
but you see,
Yeah,
but,
that's
after
it.
the award.
okay, so you know what? In that case, the Game Awards should be more so in April after the fiscal year. Then,
That would be even better. Yeah. I wish
if you were to go that route with business, it should be in April after the fiscal year, which ends in March.
But they're not looking at it they're not looking at it as them giving out Game of the Year awards because of finance. They didn't say, "Hey, this is going Game of the Year because it sold the most."
Because
That's not what it is. It's literally going from January to I guess December or whatever.
but you see,
and
It's
and,
like,
and
November.
Smash just happened to come out
the day after.
right. Smash don't come out every year.
But here's the problem.
That was that's
Yeah, and
The
Nintendo
only-
knew that it wasn't going to be eligible.
the only
Reggie was there.
The only problem that I'll say is Jeff Keighley should take notes from the other he should take notes from the
Other award shows.
The other award shows. The other award shows come out towards the spring and the summer.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. So,
And
But
one of
that's
them-
what I'm
one of
saying.
them-
What's the reason for it then?
the reason
Like, I don't.
Oh, you want to say the reason for that is because it's like they wait a full fiscal year for all of the shows, for all the movies that came out during that year, all the music that came out during that period, so they could judge it for one fiscal year. That's what.
Well, I know the Grammys is in February,
February. Yeah, the Grammys is in February, which is
January,
it's also-
February. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's either the last week of January or early February.
Well, I think whichever way you cut it, you're going to have games that just
You're
get
gonna have
forgot
games that
about.
get left out of it.
yeah.
This is-
It is what it is. At the end of the day,
And really, if you really think about it, in that year, there was only one game that got really left out, and that's Smash Brothers.
yeah,
And it still had a presence at the show. Like,
Can I say something that a lot of people make people upset though?
what's that?
It still shouldn't win Game of the Year though.
What should have won?
Actually,
Smash.
I think that we should probably start talking about Smash in Game of the Year this year because there's going to be a Smash present, so there's no way that they can just not nominate it. There's going to be a presence. They'll probably announce something new DLC wise, so it might be time that we start talking about Smash as a Game of the Year.
How about they fix their game first before nominating for Game of the Year?
You said what? Fix what?
Fix their
You gotta
game
cut out.
first.
Fix their game.
Fix what? What
the
about
online?
it?
He thinks it's broken.
No, the online like quick play is unorganized for a fighting game. Someone who loves fighting games, it is a heavily unorganized. And it's been over a year.
I'll be
Personally,
honest.
I think
I don't
all
play
fighting
quick play.
games suck online.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't play
I-
quick.
I think all fighting games suck online. So I mean, that doesn't.
But then,
As far as what, like modes or like?
as far,
I mean-
they improved it slightly by adding tournaments. I will give credit where credit is due. But in terms of like quick play is the only method where you could get into a ranked competition. Ranked competition, and you look at Soul Calibur, you look at people look at Street Fighter
Mortal
5,
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. There is more of an organized ladder when it comes to ranked gameplay. There is no organization with that in Smash. You are lumped with the casuals often, and that's not good. That is not good at all. That is a terrible scheme altogether. And they've been dragging their feet on fixing that. That has been something I've been voicing since day one. And they are more interested in giving, hey, new characters, hey, this. They're more interested in putting in new stuff than actually fixing what's wrong. And that's something is fundamentally wrong with any game, in my opinion.
Well, most of Nintendo's games have some horrible online capabilities anyway. Like, look at Super
think
Mario
the-
Party. People are buying the game even though the online's basically barren and horrible. Mario Party.
Mario Party.
Yeah. And that Nintendo needs to focus online, but the thing is, there was more organization. I'm not saying overall the online, but there was more organization in Smash 4 when it came to ranked than it is.
But the DLC characters are also a lot more broke. So I think it's almost like a trade-off. It's like, do you want to optimize your online experience first, or do you want to introduce all the characters? Then once you have everything, this complete version of Smash Ultimate. Then you go in, you start tinkering with the online, you start building up everything.
Nah,
because
that's
the
supposed
game
to be
goes
day
out.
one.
That's supposed
I
to be
think that's.
exactly.
That's
I mean,
day
hey,
one. That's
I
day
hear
one.
that. I was just throwing another option out. Maybe just playing
Because
devil's
I mean,
advocate.
because when you play, like he said, when you play a Namco fighting game, all that's there day one. Play.
I just,
I ain't gonna say Capcom. I just say let's just stay with Namco. When you play a Namco game, it's there day one, right?
Tekken.
Soul Calibur or even Mortal
Pac-Man
Kombat.
Cross,
Mortal Kombat has a real rich, online suite of features. You don't play with bums if you're not a bum. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm getting at, and it's like,
and that's day one. That was the first day the game was online.
Well, like I said, I don't really have too much experience because I don't fighters online, so I don't really know what the other games do. I just play with my friends.
That's me. I'm someone who loves fighters. It's like even when I was playing games like Ultra Street Fighter, say what you want, but that game before Street Fighter Anniversary came out, that game had a good online community when it came to fighting games. So it's like, you had a clear mode, free battle, rank battle. And it's like, it was a clear distinction on who you wanted to fight. So you had a clear distinction of raising your rank up, and you had a clear distinction of just practicing exhibition online. That is an easy option to do. That is something they had that in their previous game. And the fact that they got rid of that and they're not doing that, listen, if I'm trying to raise my rank up and I get into a match with items and I'm doing a 4-player Smash, and you still haven't fixed that since day one, no.
Does that still happen though?
That does still happen. That happened to me recently when I was.
I think that's the biggest problem right there. You're playing 4-person Smash, and you're playing it online.
And no. Here's the thing. I have it set for 1-on-1 quick play, and I get 4-player Smash, and I get non-legal stages.
That's why, like, I personally I stick with the arena mode. I have it set on 1v1. I put it on glorious smashers, so a lot of the better players come in, and it's more right.
And that's more friend, or you get other people involved. You can do that online. That's cool and everything. But for me, as someone who is competitive when it comes to fighting games to myself, I have no competitive ladder to climb when I do that.
You can go on to Anther's ladder on the computer. That's a good way to fight against competitive Smash players if you're looking for a challenge. That's what I've done before.
I'll think about it, but there's so many. You see the problems. Do you see the issue here?
I know. It's an alternate route on the internet. Yes,
you have to work around.
This sounds like Melee.
Yeah, we have to work around the Nintendo Switch Online app. Look at us here.
Yeah. So with
that's
that,
what Discord is.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Because I'm about to let the cast go. It's getting late. It's past 12 o'clock. We've been here for over 2 hours, so I'm about to let us bounce. Actually, no, I'm gonna let it bounce. It's 2 hours, so we're gonna jump right into outros. Yeah, I see the timer right. It's time to go into outros. Let me read Fire Blast Game comment. He said, unpopular opinion: Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did not get snubbed at the Game Awards. It made room for Octopath Traveler to get nominated.
Wait, read that again.
He says Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did not get snubbed at the Game Awards. It made room for Octopath Traveler getting nominated.
I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a better game than
it is a much better game in my opinion. Words 789. What's going on, man? We're about to dip on out of here though. Thank you for coming by.
I think Octopath is a bit more like ambitious with like some of the things that it does, but as we're seeing with Death Stranding, ambitious isn't always the answer.
Exactly. So we're gonna jump around and actually get it on with outros. So Nintendo, where can they find you, bro?
You can find me at youtube.com/Studio Nintendo. If you like video game music and you want to see somebody play guitar awful while covering video game songs,
you said
go
awful.
over there. Awful, yes, terrible.
Why? No. Redo that outro. No, you're gonna speak big and proud about yourself here. We ain't doing that false humility. No, speak good about yourself. Redo that outro.
If you like heavy guitars and headbanging in video games and you like those in one setting, then go over to youtube.com/Studio Nintendo. I have some video game covers on there. Check it out. If you like it, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon. If you don't, then move on to the next person. Also, Twitter and everything else is Studio Nintendo. There you go. Are you happy?
Yeah, not fully. He's great. He's great at what he does. Make sure you go subscribe. Go Chain, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? You know, it's always a pleasure sitting here shooting the dookie with you guys. You see how I did that?
I saw what you did there.
No, but it's always fun. So you can find me on Twitter, sincere_GCG, right here on YouTube, Gold Chain Gamers, Instagram, Facebook, Gold Chain Gamers. I'm gonna have some stuff up during the week. So if you want to stop past, laugh a little bit, shoot some more dookie with the kid, come on past to the Gold Chain Gamers, and you know we do a show every Sunday. So
cool. I definitely gotta come back to your show one these weeks, man.
Very soon. In fact, I'll tell you what. You're not playing Death Stranding, so you can't talk about Death Stranding.
We'll chop it up.
We'll chop it up.
We'll chop it up. Tether, man, what's going on, bruh?
Nothing much. You guys can find me on the internet at Tether Gaming. Am I froze?
You're kind of like moving really slow.
Can they hear me?
You're good, but your camera is like moving like frame drops.
You're doing a robot.
Massive frame drops.
Yeah, you're talking like way ahead of how you're moving.
Okay, well, either way, you can follow the savory monotone of my smooth voice, and you can find me on the internet at Tether. Basically, search it, and I'll come up. I'm working on a Metal Gear series right now, so if you are a Kojima fan, a Kojima stan, or just want to know what the heck this guy did to be so revered in the game industry, definitely check it out. It should be out hopefully next week, first episode. I'm wrapped up on 3 of the episodes. I'm just doing 4 now, which is the one that I have the most to say about. So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, thank you for coming by as always, man.
Of course. It's always a pleasure.
And now we have Your Player 2 up. What's going on? Where can they find you? Your Player 2. First of all,
Yes.
You didn't get a chance to tell everyone during the beginning at your outro. How was your 90-day live stream challenge?
It was really good. I think the thing that kind of stuck with me is just like I learned a lot of the macro, a lot of the micro, but the biggest thing was just that it became just so consistent, right? Like you get the same people showing up every morning because it's happening at 8 a.m. And I think there are some things that you learn through, doing an extended live stream experiment like that you can't really itemize on a spreadsheet. Like, yeah, I could look at things like view duration goes up, or you get X number more or less views or whatever. But I just think there are some things that you can't really, just like measure objectively like that. And that's sort of like the, an increased camaraderie with your community. Like when people show up and they know that you're going to be, there at 8 a.m. every day, which is what I did almost every day. There were a couple of days I missed because of work related stuff. But yeah, ultimately what I've come to find out about this, the morning streams are going to continue in some capacity. Kind of try to get some feedback on that last one that I did. It was the day before Halloween. And so morning live streams Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, they're going to continue in some capacity, whether that's going to be maybe just 3 times a week, or if it's going to be all 5, but instead of just doing like tips and tricks for other gaming channels, it might be that I mix that up a little bit, just talk about like a fun news topic, and then do something that's more, in line with like strategy or tips or something like that every other day. I'm still trying to kind of figure that out. But now that it's done, the biggest thing I'm excited about is that I can get back to pre-produced video and I can start editing again, because I've really missed it over the past 3 months in the course of this experiment. So naturally, I'll have to do like an unboxing or something of the new baby, which I think will be really exciting stuff. I think it'll be good and not at all creepy. But yeah, if you're not familiar, that's basically what my channel is all about. I'm Your Player 2. Essentially, I try to put out content that is either inspiring or encouraging, or inspires you in some way. Either that's to start a gaming channel, or if you've already started one, to sort of keep going with your gaming channel. That's kind of what I'm all about over there. Best way to reach me is on Twitter, which I'll go ahead and drop in the chat. If that sounds like something that's appealing to you, if you run a gaming channel, you're thinking about starting one, maybe come subscribe, check it out, and it'll be good.
Cool. Thanks for coming back on once again. And we got Jakin. You all right, Jakin?
Tired.
I can tell you got mighty quiet.
Are you asleep, like awake, like with your eyes open?
I used to do that. Like when I work graveyard, I would literally walk around like asleep.
That's
sleepwalking at work.
Dang, bro.
Sleepwalking that payroll.
Jake, you need to get some rest, dude. But thanks for coming by, man. Where can they find you, dude?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm here on YouTube. That's what the site's called, I think.
Wow.
I live stream sometimes. Nick says he's terrible with guitar. I'm like literally the funniest person on the planet. So
That worked. Clearly, that was a great joke.
literally, dude. You gotta have that swagger, I guess. But come on by, I guess. I need to stream more. Josh yells at me about it.
Yeah.
We're all gonna start yelling at
And
you.
you
About
do
it.
need
I
to
just
stream
I just
more.
care about him really loudly.
You need to
He's
stream.
aggressive.
But JK, thanks for coming by, man. Definitely look forward to having you again sometime. VC, where can they find you, dude?
Yeah, well, first, thanks for having me on for another episode of the Chillcast. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you want to find me. 5 letters, VCIPZ. It's pretty simple. I put it in the chat. I actually have a brand new song I just dropped today called That's Not Me. You can check that out. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, everywhere you need. And also, I have a brand new review of Toe Jam and Earl Back into the Groove, product provided by Human Nature Studios and Toe Jam and Earl, the Twitter account. So thanks to them for the review copy. And if you want to check that review out, it's pretty dope. I had a pretty good time with
I
it.
watched it. It was a great video.
Yeah, it was really good.
Thank you. Because I've been an editor in general for a long time. I was on YouTube back like when I was 13, like doing videos all the time. Like I used to be a partner back then. So I've been around with the editing game for a long time, and that's like one of my strong suits. Like when it comes to editing for music or editing for a video, like that's like what I like. But I started doing streams recently. I'm going to be streaming Mother 3 on Sunday, my second episode of that.
Tell the people the name of your streaming series, dude.
Oh, well, I also have a streaming series as well. It's called The Broadcast, where we talk about music, games, and we also talk about movies within the system of the entertainment industry. We also talk about wrestling here and there, some of the pop culture going on with that, with NXT, AEW, and a lot more. And usually we do some gameplay at the end whenever we reach our like goals for the stream, which has been happening very consistently. And I thank all those people who do come, and I thank you again, Avidan, for this opportunity.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. And last but not least, we got Chips and Sticks, who came in the flesh. He's actually off work.
Yeah, without the shades too. Got the normal glass.
He's not Chip Santana today. He's Chip.
It wasn't planned.
Squirtle either.
It wasn't planned. This wasn't planned. I actually managed to catch you guys on the late end. I thought you would have been off like a while ago. But I'm glad I'm here.
You thought we'd be off about at 11? 11:15?
I think I came on around like 11:30.
Yeah, you just made it, so cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I thought you guys would have been off. But I'm here. You know, your boy's been MIA because I've been in school and studying Japanese is actually kind of killing me. So I've been hitting the books every day for that and just trying to get that done. But I will be back to making content for the month of November and December, since that's when school's gonna finish. I'll be able to, you know, be a little bit more active on YouTube. I will do an unboxing. I'm sorry, an artificial birth of my jar baby. Yeah, that's coming.
Pause.
An artificial birth?
You had to take it there, Avidan. Nobody was thinking that. Nobody was thinking that but you.
He's gonna eat it 3 days before the video. And
Now that you said that, you know what? Never mind, man. This is...
Oh my god, I got tears in my eyes.
But anyway, aside from Death Stranding, I will be streaming Pokemon
Sword of
Shield. Cause I'm getting Shield.
I might get Shield too, actually.
I'm gonna stream Shield because you know your boy got the connect, so I'm gonna get it a little bit early. And after that, I will do an unboxing of the actual Steelbook case.
Nice.
So I got 2 games to work on for content, you know, reviews and tips and stuff like that. Of course, Death Stranding and Pokemon. So keep an eye out for that. And make sure you subscribe to the channel because that is actually coming very soon. Especially Death Stranding. That's next week. That's coming very soon.
All right, cool.
So, yeah. Is the link dropped in there in the chat?
You can put. I didn't drop the. Well, your link is in the.
Well, I'm ready. Well, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready here. So let me just drop that.
All right.
And you guys can go over there and subscribe and hit that bell notification, of course. like all of us YouTubers say, you know what I'm saying, to keep an eye out for that content coming.
Cool. Before we get on out of here, is anyone we could raid?
Kazoo's the only
Kazoo.
person I got. I was gonna say looters, but they bounced, so Kazoo's the only one we got.
Kazoo's the only person we got.
That's the only person I got in my list.
We're gonna raid Yellow Kazoo. So I already mentioned the channel updates for you guys on both channels. We got a lot to do. So thank you guys for always watching. If this is your first time on this channel, make sure, if you're a visitor as well, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And most of all, you, yes you right there, you make sure you share this with a friend. This is Avidan, Studio Nintendo, GOTY Gamers, Tether Gaming, Your Player 2, Jacob, V-Sips, Jordan Fringe, who's going right now, Chips and Sticks, and we are out. Peace!